This is 100% a trap. Yinsu, we were talking about what have they been cooking and preparing. Lotus has to be one of that. Funny enough, FUT, this is the last time you're going to be playing that breeze, right? Or are they playing twice this week? I don't think so.
They are playing twice this week.
Oh, never mind. So maybe they have one more breeze ban because next week it will be over. But Koi, very finally, decided to go for a split. And FUT decides to start on the defense. Like, I'm not very surprised. I'm thinking about the way that Koi won their split against Vitality, running that double duelist, how electric and hit or miss it was, but they were very good on the second response, right? Like, even if you're a man down,
Chat, what's up? Hold up. Where's the camera? We're almost there. How's everyone doing? Yo, 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 yo. Leo DC, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate the 4 months. Let me sort out my camera because
they might be running that double duelist. My eyes will be on
should be working.
That flasher to be able to actually push CNED off of those angles. But again, going into that split, previously when Koi found success on that map, it was because of that surprise in the change in their composition.
Oh,
we don't know if they're again. Yeah, they could do it again.
I also think it's time for FUT to change.
Is that too big?
People know what they do. Yeah. People know where CNED plays. It's not really ace up in their sleeve anymore.
And here we're talking about the time that FUT probably has not had to, you know, you're preparing against Koi. Do you really
go.
know they're going to pick split against you? Not only that,
Here we go, Chad. How are you all doing?
Koi hasn't still played with the Cypher and Viper changes, so they might not even run the double controller.
Well, let's take a look what we're going to get, and we are going to get changed.
Okay, dude, that was a pretty smooth transition. For someone that isn't good at this stuff, I did great. Oh, have I got the activity feed up? Okay, chat, what map is this? We got Split. FUT are playing Gecko. Gecko Breach.
A bit more fluid, a bit more will be able to zone well.
Melchin Cookie, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you for the 24 months. Appreciate you doing that. Cass as well. Cass, thank you so much with the tier 1 with the 8 months as well. And Leo DC as well. Thank you. Andy Power as well. Andy, what's up, bro? How we doing? Thank you so much for that as well. Appreciate that also. Okay, lovely.
With it, but you know, I remember
no chamber. Yeah, they've gone away from the chamber comp. I mean, the chamber comp is doing alright.
I'm really looking forward to see
Alfie Clueless, how we doing, bro? As well. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 21 months. Where's my YouTube chat? Do I have you guys here? YouTube chat. Hello.
We're back home in VCT EMEA, and it's not home without these two voices. It's Mitch,
there we go.
I
see you all. Koi is out. I mean, technically not.
I guess I had a sweet toss in
but kinda.
Sue's for paying the favor. I appreciate it, Sue. It's
technically not, but pretty much.
Looking at this, I think it's going to be good for Koi.
Obug, thank you so much for the gifted, bro. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Appreciate the tier 1. Thank you for doing the gifted, bro.
Yeah, I think you can tell that with Lotus being in the map pool, that is them trying to counter what FUT have done before. They may have hoped to
patch out. Yeah, we just came in. Dude, I came onto my PC because I said that I couldn't do it today because I was seeing some family. And then I came on. Well, actually, I went on Twitch and I just saw Sideshow with his mobile out, recording himself working a PC. Okay, FUT on defense, Koi on attack. And we go for straight up Viper. I mean, straight up B here.
Nade already out and blitzing in his camo. A little bit of space taken, pushed back though by Mr. Fallen. A good return from that defensive side, but rotates on the way. It's going to be CNED and Mr. Fallen having to hold the fort while the rest of the squad makes their way through, and Mr. Fallen's being tagged terribly low. Both, in fact, falling just as the rest of the squad emerges in heaven. And Koi are isolating every duel, taking these players down and leaving a sliver of health as the only hope here in the pistol.
I respect that FUT had time to change their comp. The issue is, like, did they actually have much time?
In Split 2.
I wonder how much practice they had with this.
You're gonna have a lot of that today.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a believer, already going to be spotted out. And I'm liking the fact that a lot of respect is being shown. I think Koi have had a lot of closer games in the last few weeks of Split 1, but they were never really able to get things over the line. So making sure they don't take too many risks early on, get that pistol confirmed.
Can I volume up?
Of course,
bro. I might have to do it here. Hold on.
They played this map versus Vitality. It was a while ago now, but they were utterly dominant. They
put it like here. It should be a little bit better.
Had a fantastic attack half, and also Shadow went 18-4, which did. No offense to Shadow, but he's taken over as IGL like not
Does
that
this
long ago
work better
in the
here?
grand scheme of things. to put up those sort of numbers, it was just not something we were expecting from him. Already up the top of the board, 2-0, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. Even if FUT haven't had a lot of time, they've changed their comp, which says that there's definitely been work put into this map, and also they just have so many good individual players.
Okay, nothing on the eco, and they're allowed one death, and here's the one death.
First player around the corner, no support. Starzo's down, but that was one player sent to
Move
make
my
noise
cam
on
up a little
B
bit
and
close,
free
but
up the
do
A
you know what?
site. It
My
looks
cam's
like
too
that's
big.
been
Let me
done
drink
to a
it.
great success, with only a ghost given over. It's not the end of the world for Koi. Any player lost from this point on will represent quite a bit of damage to their economy, but they've got a post plant set up already.
Okay, hold up. That's a gun down.
Isolated
That's a gun down. 3 people on site. They have no map control. This is actually looking a little bit scary.
Yeah, this was rifles on the rest of the players, so although that fake did work, they've now got to make sure
Mr. Fallon not ready for that, even though we kind of knew that they needed to take some map control.
Captain has been able to retrieve a gun, but he'll fall as well. The smoke might help it go into a third.
I actually remember him talking about this cross there. He said that like the dot is for long range and then this is for spraying. He actually has like a theory behind why he uses it. That was close, man. Spike got pretty close on this one. I think you guys are going to get flashbangs. Maybe. Turn away. 3, 2, 1.
2 more rifles dropped.
No, you're all good.
Pretty successful second round for FUT.
I would say a pretty successful second round, not for FUT though, because they normally win those.
I mean, I would say that's a great round.
Yeah, honestly, it's unacceptable.
They've dropped off
I have
since
high
stage 1.
expectations at this point. Yeah, we're talking about what, a 5th to 6th place Masters team.
He turned IRL. I mean, that's good, man. That's what it's about.
Every season's over for
FUT. Gonna
FUT.
get messages come out. What do you mean? That's a ridiculous take. Do you even understand the game?
What?
Not really. Quite surprised I've got this far.
They figured us out. Long last.
I've just been making it up.
We knew this day was coming.
Do I want to turn these two up? Just as he's doing weird gremlin voices.
What did someone do to take down from Sue to you?
That is an abhorrent program, let me tell you. Well,
Okay, so smoke to block vision over towards middle, question mark over towards vents, and the Raze was at least holding for a little bit, not anymore.
A ghost and a stinger. Not too many weaknesses. Still the capability to fight on their way through. They are moving to the A site, and there's a lot of utility waiting for them there. In particular, those Cypher traps we saw set up moments ago, but they won't catch Camo on the way through. Koi's Raze already on the site. The rest of the squad joining with the TP. Starzo's here as well. There's players everywhere.
Right, there's way too many people on site. Oh, they started doing the Na'Vi flash. Sorry, the Sentinels flash. Honestly, not many teams use this flash, right? From in this area here, you Omen flash like this, right, until it gets under, and then you swing from sight. That's like the 10 special. I haven't seen many other teams do that.
Would have value to it just to make sure that he has all the finance he can for the next round.
Drink, I did it.
Shadows may want to save.
We're all good.
10 seconds left.
Looks like that's the call. Shadows tucked in. Grabinho out to try and find a little bit more, but that's stunned. Pushes him back still. He wants to go down. That little bit of cash, and looks like that will be granted. Mr. Fallen putting him down and putting a round in the
decent round. We've got 3 people that are going to rebuy armor. Maybe yet J rebuys armor. Not entirely sure. Yeah, okay. Just goes for full armor here. Yeah, this is a giant round. They managed to do okay amount of damage. Not too much.
Playing each other on split. This is FUT, and I just imagine once that ball gets rolling, the Koi from stage 1 couldn't stop it. They have to show serious improvement here in this rifle round.
Yeah, and I think as well, the one thing I'm looking at for them as a team, more so than
one of my thoughts on England in the Euros, bro, we never win, man. This is the problem, bro. We never win. So I've given up. I've given up all hope.
But if they get off to a good start here, is there going to be a road
after multiple years? I've given up hope.
Much more. CNED is going to go in off the back of the stun, but
that's the spirit, yeah. Honestly, when everyone in England loses hope, then we might have some hope. So I'm just doing my bit.
They're already going to have 3 players here.
I mean, it's so obvious. You have that TP out. There's no further presence. The rotates are in. FUT, no. This is the A site hit, and they've got 4 players now ready to hold it. And before the first player even attempts to push through the smoke, they're dropped. That's Shadow down. A lot of supportive utility taken out of the hands of
rotating loads,
no? Hamper their way through. No gate crash left to put down. down, but Starzo's got one on the site already. Perhaps if he can open up that angle for the squad, they could capitalize on it, but it's a fake TP put through, and ultimately, FUT don't need to do anything but sit and wait.
Dude, CNED is doing a hell of a job right now. The fact that he isn't actually calling for any help, just trying to time left, right. Like, I feel like they have a pretty good read into how Koi plays. The fact that maybe they never cancel.
Isn't going to help out with that kill, but
they're taking such a risk.
They have to make the decision of which direction they're going to go in.
Bro, but look at the spike.
It's quite obvious.
Yeah, they're trying to two-person fake, and then they're going to go back towards A. It does pull one rotate over, so it's not too bad at the moment, but with that, they now got 10 seconds to get the spike through this choke. And you got to breach this storm. Dude, 8 seconds? Got to TP into the corner and just go for it. Okay, time's done. So that is a melons. That is a certified melons round. Shout out to Atta though. The smoke over towards the site here that meant it would block vision, that he can creep into the smoke and kill the diffuser. That was legit. But yeah, that was melons, man. And I looked at the minimap. Do you know what? This actual whole round reminded me a little bit of like actual K-Corp from last year. Like that actually might have been a proper melons. It felt so much like it. Where you'd see an over rotate, they never want to cancel, they wait for like 40 seconds, then they come up with a plan when there's like 30 seconds left. It actually looks exactly like most of those rounds that we saw. That was horrendous.
I think the opposite's happened.
It very much seems so. All that preparation out the window, and FUT more comfortable than ever by the looks of things. A great round last one by Mr. Fall.
I do think again though, Atta did unbelievable. Doesn't put the smoke down, would normally get caught trying to swing on the planner. So he deserves a good amount of praise there. Okay, double hero gun. Surely they won't use the ults into the eco round though, right? Unless they get a kill early. My god. Dude, CNED's a lunatic, by the way. Some of the stuff he's having to do on his own here has been crazy.
A couple of ultimates that this round starts to get
Is my cam more zoomed in now? Probably, bro. I only just plugged it in, I don't know. Oh my god, the flash, bro. The flash hit all 4, nade on top. Clean round. Shout out again to Atta. Give him 2 gold stars for this beast. Beast round into a beast round. For the player.
For a map that was chosen by Koi, a map that they've been
We're patch 8.10 at the moment, so no crazy ISO yet.
And this is why I said coming into round 4, you know, it starts to get scary because now FUT have got the economy behind them. It's flooded. They're going to have rifles again and again. When it comes to buy rounds, at least looking back at the previous stage, looking at FUT on the international stage too, I definitely don't favor the side of Koi coming in. Even with improvements, they will have to have leveled up their gameplay in 3-2. It's still early days.
Yeah.
Don't want to sell doom
Oh yeah, we get these two again. That's gonna be pretty fun.
Feel it coming.
Where the hell are we?
Getting up in their faces. Showstopper used by Camo, still available. I don't know
2 people on site. They did such good delay to make sure that the ult can get over towards site, but these two must be wrecked, right? Oh my god.
It's cracks, 2 kills, and then Yedajay chimes in, cuts off the reinforcements, and here comes the information. It forces them out of the smoke.
Oh my god, bro, how did they hold down site here?
Clinical play in round 6. That's
Wait, how did they actually hold down site?
But if we weren't a little bit worried before, I definitely
They did unbelievable delaying the I mean the
some pretty high impact.
Surely the Rays could have pushed through this, Molly.
The showstopper used, and they got 1 kill. Like it's not.
It was a mosh pit though, right?
It's quite disjointed at the moment.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe the timing was unbelievable.
Which got them the opening kill. That was how the round started. They got the first frag. They try and then
bro, FUT are reacting very well to some of these rounds though. Like their split-second decision making has been really cool. Oh my god. They go for it again. They fake it on the round before without the ult, and then they go for it again with the ult. They got the double layer as well.
But Koi have other ideas. They're taking this elsewhere, quickly adjusting to a B hit.
Bro, how have FUT had time to do all of this?
They haven't been over-rotating in any scenario, and the information that they've garnered has only really allowed them to further stack up this site. You can see CNED is basically just holding the entirety of A. And without that burst truly coming through, they're now waiting a little bit more patiently. But again, with a minute left.
Yeah, it's so nice though. They just created a giant question mark here. Look at this guy checking spawn. They're just delaying time, and we've already seen from Koi is this decision making on some of the time, some of the rounds when they have low time has been not great.
Just getting that control again.
The big problem, Tom, is the repositioning of that trap. Just a few seconds ago, Yedije.
Okay, so one person fake over towards A into actual B here, but we got early trip and we got kill trip. And we got official here as well. Fatal goes in, 2 people stay strong. Ata's flash was good, man. It delayed a lot.
Pulls out the ultimate as well. Thrash right up into heaven. Play through from Starzo. Good for one, but they need something else to pull them back into this round.
Look at Yetije's reposition. Oh, these two, man.
Only Shadow left to hold on.
Okay, Koi needs a timeout first of all. Second of all, dude, FUT reactionary in some of these rounds have been great.
That is a complete stop by FUT yet again.
Yeah, they didn't really bite too hard. Shout out to Yetije and Ata. Again, Ata.
Yeah,
saying this guy's name every single round.
You've got to give credit to FUT as always.
Dragorexum, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 7 months. Thank you for the Prime. Mediocre Bot as well with the Prime. Thank you as well for the 7 months. Thank you for saying that, bro. Yeah, this is a good timeout, and this is going to be just a straight up, guys, speed up. Just straight up, speed up.
They threw in Nightfall. Oh, they've broken the trip in mid.
But looks solid here. FUT look really good, man, in these rounds.
Nightfall comes in, the trip is broken. What, half a second, 1 second later?
But I also just, I think I can only assume that the timing of just communication must have been off, because I feel like for Shadow to put that Nightfall through means he didn't know that trip.
How come Gen G versus T1 is actually the best ever Valorant match played? Dude, it was stacked, bro. It was such a sick game. It kind of caught me off a little bit.
And I think again, if that
I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
That take by 5-10 seconds, and maybe that pulls someone over. But because of it, it just makes things fairly easy.
Hello, Bacan. How we doing?
They're not over-rotating. They're playing quite a dynamic style. As said, they
it's a liquid
changed their composition to have a lot of information in it, and because of that, they don't need to over-rotate. They can stick with throwing up a dizzy every once in a while, having the cam, having C-Dead just hold A, like just the whole of it. And then the fakes that have been thrown in, like Starzo going, oh, I'm going to go here and then immediately TP away.
How bad are Koi doing?
So
yeah, it's like...
He's not here. He's probably with
there were a couple of bad rounds, but it looks a little bit inflated just because FUT have been doing so well. Like, there's been some bad decisions that look maybe 5 times worse just because of some of what FUT are doing, like individually.
It's more so, I just want them to be a bit more direct. I think.
Yeah, and that's what this is going to be. This whole round is just going to be way more decisive. Like, look at this. We're up in heaven, 15 seconds in.
Still a trap there. It's destroyed. Now they know there's a bit of presence moving towards mid. Looks likely to be a play on B.
How far forward do you think he gets this? Next round, he's going to have it at the bottom of mid.
In mid, yeah. Deep in mid. But this is the thing. At this, okay, that's been heard. They know the trap is there. They have
Which maps leaves next week,
Play
Breeze?
Information on the back of it. Aggression coming through from Yedije. He's inside B main. He's pushing up in B main.
It's a big reaction though, and you would think that Grabino gets crazy times. It's so unlucky, bro. Like the Omen TP over towards B main. They double hold B main. Well, do you reactively push spawn if you hear that? Wait, what are they doing? All 4 in the same square? Guys, you gotta make a decision. Koi, make a decision. Koi.
loses his health down to 33, tagged up heavy, still wanting to play aggressive though, wanting to get in their face, and it's Cracks. They're challenging alongside Mr. Fallen. The reinforcements are here, and now they don't stand a chance.
How are they this like, they are so indecisive, it's crazy. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like it.
Spidey senses whatever you want. It's 6 rounds to FUT.
Just make it cool, bro. Just gamble.
This has been clean. The last few rounds, it seems like Koi have been desperately trying to throw a spanner into the works.
Fancy Fully with the 7 months. Thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you, thank you.
It's a lot more direct as well. Like, they weren't trying to say
they got an unlucky timed here. But you see this in the post plant where there's 4 people in that little square? Dude, they got to make a call here. They know for sure 2 people are B. You take the gamble here, then you just push spawn. You got to take some map control. And the fact is they just didn't until like what, 15 seconds later, and then they late push spawn.
It's impressive. so far.
Like, there is no calls being made on some of these rounds, or like there's no confidence in the calls or something. Bro, FUT is so aggro every single time they have an ult as well.
He doesn't go first.
This is much better though. Reactive push over towards A. They clear one of the trips, second trip. Lovely. Okay, this is nice though. This is actually a good call. Push towards B, insta hit over towards A.
That's the thing, it's almost
And it's a good
pit.
pit.
Gamble from FUT that puts them into a retake.
And look at the
Starzo
yard.
is on the longest rotation to all mankind. He's going to be on the B site as the retake begins on A. Now with the Vipers pit down, you have to hope that his team are going to be able to hold long.
Yeah, this is looking way better.
By the time he gets to Heaven, Tom, they're already going to be out of Heaven on the site, but it looks like they're having a good time holding until Cena gets involved.
God, imagine that went the other way. Shadows 2 HP. No.
The Viper's pit falls, and now here comes the flank.
Can't see the spike from up here, boss man.
Starzo has no impact, and Koi almost in the same boat. 7 on the board for FUT, and barely a stumble on this defensive side.
Oh, that's got to be infuriating. It is. I can understand the flank. You don't really expect with the Vipers pit down that your team are going to get cleared out as quickly as they were. Like, FUT were very fast to react. And the problem is when it gets into that late round, even if you didn't know he was on the other side of the map, you're already going to assume that that's where.
Wait, they had a guy holding right, but those two played individual.
But again, you just got to sit there on the Koi side
and they're making that look a little bit easier.
You're getting into post-plant positions and just not able to win any of these battles. Like, that's the peculiar thing. They've had opportunities. And well, of course,
bro, every single ult FUT go aggro. Yeah, but it's just a simple thing, right? With FUT, every time they go aggro, it's free chill. Last round was free chill into Cypher setup. Then we saw Razor into trying to push them into the Cypher setup. This one we go Fischl into Cypher setup. Like, all they're trying to do is just push them into the double blockers of Omen and Cypher. And can you blame them? Like, look at them, bro. They were holding it down. They were doing a great job until I started speaking about it.
Koi have found themselves in all season, Tom. And at this point, the plant should be secure. Other players are too far away to get involved in this. Mr. Fallen, he's not peeking. It's all good. And Thrash, is it going to site? I thought they'd keep it for a little bit later.
Oh.
They want to take this retake right
Only
here
one.
and now, and already one player is going to be seized by
Okay.
it. They want to get up in their face, but another kill for Camo.
Still though, this guy gets out of the stun after that.
On the side, cracks up top,
Oh
and
man,
it's
they can't buy a round of anyone, bro. What's going on here?
That retake happen, and Koi left in the dust.
This looks hard, man.
The way they're playing this game is disrespectful. It's just a little bit rude. I'm going to be honest at this point. I might have to call up bully hunters, get them to come into the game, and like, because yeah, my man is.
Second timeout incoming, maybe. It's so the calls aren't like the reactive calls aren't too bad, but it's obviously what they want, right? Like you think at this point you probably gotta try and take back the space that they've taken, but we've kind of seen Koi attempt to take map control after they lost it, and the time just gets to about 10 seconds. So I'm not even sure you would call it a timeout, because at least what they're doing now is better than what they were doing earlier.
And that's the advantage. Coming into Koi's hands early on, a decoy shot, deep nade from CNET. He might actually catch Camo a little bit out in the open, but the spray
But yeah, it is like every single time they have an ult, they're going to go aggro. Like next round, let's see if CNET goes aggro of his ult.
But it's all a ruse. Using the gate crash to rotate.
Might happen this round, to be honest, we'll see.
No space on A while that fake was going down. The most presence they have is in sewers.
Oh no, they're going to have 3 people on A with double kill trips.
Here comes
And if CNET gets a kill, he gets his ult.
Back and forth. It seems like the calls are just a bit messy. Like they even in the spawn seem to hesitate what direction they were going in.
Dark Souls over towards B.
Yeah, it's not the greatest sold fake of all time. Cracks is waiting, watching. First kill goes his way, but actually he's not hit his shot. A chance, but they're still walking into the stack. Starzo again is just, I don't know, he's lost on a dinghy somewhere. As far away from the action as humanly possible. Cena desperately low, will go down. Yedijay's still here.
And Camo is trying his best, bro. He's doing so much work.
Might be able to catch Mr. Fallen. You have to hope for his sake that it will, because at this stage, there shouldn't be a way that they can lose this round.
It doesn't look like it, Tom.
Oh no, don't say
that. It really
that.
doesn't.
Does it not?
Somehow I'm
Not a good plant for the guy Heaven. Not a good plant for the guy Main.
But
Okay, we're all good.
finally come to a close, and
Brilliant flank.
But that's just a straight up individual round.
that made it worth it. That's what I'm talking about. No, but like the sad, the scary. I don't even know what I want to go with. The terrible thing about this is you have to use a showstopper off.
Does
rip
Cena
and
go
get
aggro
4
with his
kills
ult?
for the team to have a chance.
And
You
do
have to
they
rely on
expect him to go
Cracks
aggro?
whiffing. Let me just say, you have to rely on Cracks whiffing to have a round.
As said,
That's
like,
not great.
Camo
Surely he
has
doesn't go
been-
aggro again, right?
At least last couple of rounds he's been doing his job. I don't really have a critique of him, but other than that, it has been very,
Okay,
very
no, he
messy.
doesn't. Actually,
I
hold
don't
on
think
to
we've
it.
seen
But they're at least ready. Look at
well,
this
I guess
guy.
that one kill at the end of the round, but other than that, the
This
aura
guy
from
ready to
Starzu-
spawn.
Starzu has not really been hitting for me thus far.
There's ideas and FUT are always ahead of it. The really long flank he went for was very situational with CNET being around, hearing the first gate crash fake, and yada yada. I think if you watch that round from his POV, it's not as silly as it looked like in real time.
But it has happened, what, three,
exactly.
4 times?
Exactly. It's like the system in play for Koi here is not working. The fakes are not working. They're super telegraphed. FUT are ahead
I
of you
love
every
this
step
though
of the
from
way,
Yetajay. This
and
is
the round
kind
he
of
gets
sick.
off individual
He
brilliance
puts a
and
trip at,
showstopper.
he puts 2 trips to the back of sight, right? He waits for the decoy that's obviously going to find out where the trips are, and then as soon as the decoy's gone in and he knows 100% they're gone in, he replaces the kill trip, so there's nothing to actually stop the trips. What stocks him in to do now? Oh, okay, they have to use the ult for it. Was it a nade?
And that's exactly
There's
what
a
they'll
lot
do.
of low HPs
Camo
here though.
has
10,
been able to
14,
come back
10.
in after taking a lot of damage. Looking like they might be able to at least bring home a couple of rounds at the end of the half. Even still though, the 3 players they're up against are no slouches. Nightfall
Gonna be a
have
big
connected
flash.
onto 1, but the other 2 up in heaven, not gonna have any problems. Starzo again, this time lurking through the back of mid. I don't know if they'll be expecting him this late.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the flash fast.
And now their eyes
Bro,
are firmly
Camo
locked
though.
forward, so that flank is
Okay,
free.
4, mate, considering how bad this was
In the
going,
end,
I think
after
4
an
is good.
8-round
Shout out to
streak from
Camo.
FUT, Koi better thank their lucky stars they won that pistol. This could have been a much worse half, but it's recoverable. Now they're on the defense, though. I mean, the one upside as well, this is their
But had a
map.
pretty cool game plan though,
Did
we'll give them
decide
that.
to start on
The
the
fact of
defense,
just
but I
aggro
don't know that I would
on
fully
their
believe in
ults
that.
and then were
At
super
least they have the
passive.
Lithia
Just
flaws
try
to
push them
close it
into
out
the
and give you a
double
bit of
blockers, Cypher,
Yeah,
Omen.
what?
And it happened pretty much every time they had an ult, apart from the last round when CNET has his.
Is hitting.
He's fired.
15 and 10, top fragger in the server right now, which again, considering how this has been going,
Let's go.
is pretty impressive. Giving his team at least a little bit of hope. I think that was what, a 3k, 4k, 3k in the last
Yeah,
few rounds.
it actually
It's
was. He was
talking
like
about
here, it
comeback.
was stacking kills.
But now FUT head on
15 to
that
10,
side.
closest is 6
In the
kills.
past, they had seen it roaming on that chamber. This time,
Okay,
though, he's
retake
taken
wall
the
over
lead
towards A.
already.
Wall does block
Space,
the original
and in fact, the entirety of
choke
the A
point
side
as
has
well,
been
but
taken under their
does Yoru
control.
take his TP?
And
No,
in
yeah,
fact,
because
the
they could have
TP
pushed
that
one.
was there for Starzo's quick rotation is gone.
Spike planted.
FUT, really good after plants on this one. They're holding ramp heavy. They even have a trip. Dude, this trip must be hard to shoot. They have the wall though, so they want to isolate, go fast sight. So this call from Koi is pretty good. It's just, oh, probably messed up.
Is working for them, sectioning off some of these fights. They even catch out a captain in the open.
Yeah,
That's a
these 2
free
on
kill to
site are
follow
so
up on,
wrecked.
And they know that CNET's
Right?
close. It doesn't stop
Yeah.
it from the first, and the lack of ammo is all that seems to separate them.
Player standing.
Found it
Big
for heaven,
swing
but we
from
got a
the
vision
group on
block.
site
Smoke just
leaves
went
only
out.
Yetajay. With the defuse underway, a lot of players going to be body blocking, stepping
Okay,
in to
nice
fire
though.
right back.
Hey, this was pretty cool.
Koi have found their
Yeah, so
second pistol.
they held heavy strong, and normally the normal protocol is to take ramp, then obviously then you can take sight. With this, they maybe kind of think that maybe they do that, so they just take spawn and then they take sight because they have the wall that would just give them the advantage once they've actually taken over towards sight itself. Like the retake wall here is giant. Yeah, look how much they isolate everyone.
Before. They did win the pistol and second round in the last as well.
Cool.
Now for the side of FUT, I'm not really
Double pistol,
expecting
chat.
too much. It's amazing how
Yeah,
stressed
double
they look
pistol.
after every single round.
My favorite was round 11, where they finally won again, and they looked as if they'd lost another round. They looked devastated, and then the next
Maybe
one
we're
they
being baited by the cams. Maybe they're like
Could be.
a round behind.
like 3 rounds behind. Maybe. Who knows? Instant aggression out of FUT for mid, looking for the control. Classics in hand. This is where it gets scary.
1
Had a
HP.
captain with a classic.
Yeah,
He's being
spike.
put to bed, and the spike has fallen into the hands of Koi. As a result,
Kind of fine for FUT to do this though. Take a bit of a risk on your eco. They nearly got a gun and got out of there.
3 classics up against a pretty stacked defensive side when it comes to weaponry.
I'm pretty sure, interestingly, CNET actually bought light shields into this round. I don't think he bought anything else. Maybe just very confident that they would.
Okay, they pick up a gun. They pick up a gun. They pick up the spike.
Unfortunately,
Not too
he's
bad.
not alive
So,
to use it.
Koi are allowed a death. Anything above is pretty expensive. Obviously, they have to try and pick up this gun.
Be the bulldog last man in.
I love that they're just all baiting for him.
That's it. You absorb those bullets, take the crosshair as you swing in, and hopefully Yedajay can trade you. A lot of the time, these rounds can just come down to damage. Sectioning off B side towards spawn. Camo holds first cross. Does
Yeah,
well,
lovely
and
cross.
Okay,
very nice. Does this guy get the gun? He's not even running for the gun.
A successful follow-up
Okay,
round.
so good.
And this
Maybe
is
he
where it all fell
100%
apart
couldn't have
last
got
time.
it.
Yeah, going into their bonus, they definitely have a little bit more to it, though. I think that was the main problem last time, is they lost 3 players. FUT managed to do a lot of damage and then just wiped them out in the next round. So we'll see. Maybe that's going to be a bit more of a change. I do think that a lot of what FUT's comp was really good for was denying everything that Koi were trying to do when it comes to that attack side. Let's see what they've got planned.
Okay, they want to punish over towards B main.
Plans of their own. 3 players
Wait, they both have a
outside
punish
of
for B main. So who bails on this fast?
We haven't seen FUT's fake game, but we might get
Flora _ Bunda, thank you so much for the 13 months. Thank you. Appreciate the tier 1.
They definitely don't seem intent.
Aralid as well, thank you for doing that, bro. Thank you for the 11 months.
A much slower approach to
Oh,
the early round.
I thought it was going to end. It looked like that was going to end up on the roof.
They can be relatively
Okay, so they leave over
sitting
towards
in
B
these
main, so
positions. Look at the
take
game
over
crash
towards
up the
middle.
defenders.
Koi hear all of that, lose middle, take
Quickly
B
allowing
main.
them to have a rotate from Starzo to the B site. That's going to be online for quite a while. Gives them a lot of.
Did Yedajay own it? He was in his cage as the I went behind him. As he owned it.
Early on to keep them back, and that might actually funnel them into the A site. That right now is a little bit weaker.
Your trusty outlaw. Shadow as well. They may be slightly better off in terms of the weaponry. Mostazo's got off to a decent
21.
start. Just about manages to get out of there. But he's more so baiting for Shadow, and Shadow gets absolutely nothing.
Got another in you?
Mostazo to try and do it all. He's going to be overwhelmed. Krax is having a game, and Yedajay is right there alongside him. It now comes down to what damage they can do for the rest of this bonus.
This was nice. It looked like they had a little bit of a protocol that if Yedajay can... I don't know if this is 100% true, but it looked like if they had a protocol, if Yedajay can get to heaven here, and we take mid control, then we just get A. I don't know if it's just like mid rounds, but I've watched FUT before, especially when I look back at like Haven, they had a lot of protocols, like if they can take map control, then they're going to do X. I think this might be the same thing. Like when they mid default, if they get a guy to heaven, they go A no matter what. What it felt like. Either way, it was a nice round to see how much damage this guy can do. Not bad. Cracks one away from his ult as well. Big round.
Good damage by Koi though.
No, that's a really decent bonus. Taking out 3 guns. It wasn't similar to what we saw in the last, so I think we're already starting to see Koi build into this game after what was a pretty poor start to it.
Dude, these guys 8 flashes. There's actually 4 flashes used back at site here.
FUT will be able to invest back in on the majority of players, and there will still be a piece or 2 missing for the side of Koi.
Right, we've got 1, 2 that can't buy. We've got 4 that can't buy next. Giant rounds.
Dimensional drift, 2 away from the showstopper as well.
Honestly, if Koi get this,
So the main worry,
they're pretty much back in it.
1 off Thrash for Krax.
Does well after
I mean, I like the idea from Koi. They know that they're going to try and get an AWP. They heavy block over towards A with their Viper ult, and they had 2 people watching it. Same thing over towards B. They had a higher, lower trying to stop it.
It's going to be positioned towards middle, making its way up and through heaven. And it looks like it's pushed Shados back, not caught him either, so he's safe to fall back. Not in the best position as far as retrieving.
Whoa, actually kind of close, yeah.
To escape the height difference, making it.
Dude, they're both crazy low from the spam back of sight. Oh, and the flash gives him a... Whoa! Wait, what? How on earth does he get that kill? Should never happen.
rest of the squad, and they're just coming through heaven right now. But here comes the Thrash to delay them even further.
Dude, onto the decoy. That's sick.
Out a little bit by the fake out. Shados had to play passive because of how low he is, and the rest have all gathered up to try and bring this one back. The only piece of utility online, though, is going to be that Seize wall. Already, 2 players getting dropped. Shadow trying
nice
to
round
do
from them.
anything he can.
Right, Koi a little bit wrecked money-wise. They got to
looking
eco.
like that better team today, and they're going to put the economy right back into the bin. I also want to say, Cracks he's just looked unbelievable.
You know, I almost feel like that bullet wasn't meant for Shados either. It looked like he was trying to fire at the first guy through and just caught the head. But I can't tell.
They were so ready for that setup. It does just feel when I watch FUT, like they just feel a step ahead with a lot of just the whole of this game. Like the plans just feel like a step ahead. They know what they want to do, and they know what the other team is likely to do to prevent that. And then they just have a plan that is going to wreck that.
Rifles of FUT already feeling out the map. 3 players spotted.
Oh, that's a lot of numbers. Yeah, we get the spike out of there.
They're making a very aggressive play. The decoy was the first one through.
Do these 2 insta-react over towards B?
They're going to be a while making this rotation, and the
probably way too risky against Nico.
They are being cautious, and up against the low buy with smokes there, you can understand it.
The stun is definitely going to make things a little bit more awkward for Grubinho. Hey, he's been almost left out to dry.
Shot.
What the back side? That's a nice shot. We'll try for a little bit more, but stuck in the aftershock. Didn't really stand a chance. Come on, now the
Bro keeps getting one on site though. We'll give him that. He's good for one.
A lot tougher.
Yeah, it really does. There's no surprise element for Koi anymore, and just look at FUT's positions where they're facing. Nobody looking at main because they don't need to. They know that their back is secure, and now all they have to do is look forward, take these fights that they're favored in up against pistols. I would say Ada Captain's in a bit of a risky spot, but there's 2 players further back watching that walkout, so you got 3 rifles aimed at you. You're not going to get a whole lot of success out of that round. Koi looking to back off. Camo already has his ult, but certainly not the round for using it. The bullet to the head will delay that possibility. Ada Captain's. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, he's just getting a little bit aggressive.
Do they get out? Yeah,
He
they're all
bails
good.
out, running it back and allowing Shadow.
Hey, only 1 death as well.
That's what you call it.
Increase the official stream.
They'll allow you to
Or you want it like here?
for 3 seconds more. No, 11-6.
I give you that.
I think, again, you might look at this scoreline to say that, oh, okay, I've just joined. Koi not doing too bad. When you've won both pistols,
yeah,
this is not a pretty scoreline at all.
That's very true.
4K with a showstopper, 3K entry.
Yeah.
Like, there really hasn't been a round, other than, hey, look, if there were
it's a good
3
time for a timeout.
I'd start to believe, but there hasn't been a round where I can look at and go, oh, that's the formula for Koi. That's going to win
pretty much
game.
now or never.
For FUT, there's been a million examples.
Dude, I kind of missed the useless specific stat about the coach percentage.
Sure.
I didn't think I'd miss it, but I missed it.
Has 30 kills.
Fair. At this point, fair.
Which is not a good sign. Like, it's a good sign for him. Again, individually, he's looked sound.
It was a nice talking point for us.
But I've not yet really seen that. As I said, last time they won, Shadow put up an incredible performance. Him and Shados, in fact, were the 2 that were leading that charge. It hasn't been the same today. Starzo's Yoru has been.
I mean, that is true,
more missed than hit. Like a lot of
that
it
is very true.
Like almost interesting lurks. I say interesting to be kind. And now looking into things, this is crunch time. They know it. They've taken a pause. They've got themselves 3 ultimates online. Especially that showstopper has been very high impact. But I'm also looking at what's on the other side. Rolling Thunder already there. And showstopper.
Okay, so big timeout, and all it did is that FUT at least decided to go for something faster with the breach or restart. Were we actually going heaven?
This isn't a team that's built around the shallow instruction of,
oh no, we're sending a site. Oh, it's a really good call right now. And they get over towards site and they don't have to use breach or. Okay, last time when they had a heavy retake, they went over towards spawn.
Well, an ultimate will be expanded by Starzo. What's the plan to work around it? We'll presumably see some utility fired through to support him, or else this flash is going to have to be damn near perfect. It's Cena that he's looking to challenge the flash. Cena's turned the other way. It's the easiest.
At least the trade happened. Reach ought to take over towards heaven. Good plant for. What? Wait, how's that possible? Well, because the breach all hit him so high. Wait, how did that happen?
Except for the players, it's all down to Yetajay now. A spam through the smoke.
Oh my god.
Halfway already. Here comes the Heaven Peak. In fact, from Shadow, and they will secure this round just about from the jaws of defeat.
How did he,
I can't believe he's died to full damage. That's
yeah, but
hilarious.
how?
I know that's
The
not
breach
most
all
important
hit him
bit
so
of the
high
round,
in
but
vents that he fell
amazing.
and took damage? Because I don't think you can take it at the highest point jumping.
A Rolling Thunder has killed someone with full damage.
Yeah, I think that's the first ever time I've
But
seen
yeah,
that.
No, a good round from Grabinho. I think that was the turning point. Again, this is the second time where it looks like Stars.
Oh my god, that's crazy, bro. I've never seen that,
I
dude.
was thinking, how did he die in the vent? It's not high enough.
Yeah,
to
that's
die
what I was
from. He
thinking.
had to be like yeeted up in the air.
Dude,
It's a
lovely
question I don't know.
replay.
When you're hit by the Rolling Thunder, can you grab the rope? Could he have saved himself? Just
Yeah, he
about
could have
on
grabbed
the
it.
ledge? I don't know.
But
Maybe.
I mean, he wasn't thinking they would die to
That would have
damage.
been the best clutch we've seen so far.
Comes up the rope, fires right back. Oh, would have been beautiful.
11-7. Again,
Dude, they won the round still. That was nuts.
a good moment for Koi, but is it a blip? Or is this actually a return to prominence? A showstopper on either side, that nightfall there for Shadow. Still some high impact.
Does feel like
available.
did not feel like FUT have a bit of a read when they like to do this wall, that they just play retake A. I feel like every time they've seen this wall, they just send it over towards A. They have still lost all the rounds that it happens, but
Straight up in the waiting hands of Yedije.
Oh my god.
Oh
no.
The patience. Grabinho trying to play him.
Oh man, shout out to CNED for waiting for his ult there. It made him look foolish, bro.
Free as can be.
If he insta-pops that ult, Grabinho probably gets the kill. The fact that he, trigger discipline on the ult, kind of crazy.
It almost works to Camo's
Nade for wingman.
Fallen puts him down.
Yeah, now they get the save on the CNED still watching.
I had to get that kill.
Let's
start looking at the money. Got a 1-9 loss bonus on top of this. These two are wrecked. These two are so wrecked for this force fight. Everyone else is okay. They sit around 3k. But the other two, man.
5-round gap, Tom. Impressive stuff.
5-round gap, and they won double pistol.
I heard some talk backstage, some people, it was Uri from the Spanish broadcast, were saying that FUT International, then they come back to EMEA, they should be slow. That's what happened in stage 1, right? After Madrid, the teams that came back, they weren't on form. Koi, famous for making good use of
Yahoo
the
_
downtime.
OW with
And
the
so
8
at this
months.
point,
Thank you so much, bro.
it seemed like
Appreciate
it was
that.
all lined
Thank you
up
for the
in
support.
Uri
Okay, the
from
people that are a little bit
Spanish
wrecked money-wise, we get
broadcast.
Stinger,
Wanna make that
Spectre,
clear.
Insta
No one else
Viper
had
ult.
that. I bet he's feeling great right now.
What is going on over towards
One
here?
more round,
Wait,
5
did you
chances to
did
close it
Yedije
out.
pick up the
Weaknesses,
trip and then put it
Stinger,
back?
A Spectre, a Guardian for Koi. Some ultimates, Showstopper, Viper's Pit that could turn the tide.
Oh,
But already.
wait, and that's the Viper. They know the Viper's out of. Oh,
Where did... Wait, did... Starzo was next to him and TP'd away.
He's out.
Yeah, he left. It seems a bit harsh. I thought he would have stayed there and tried to defend his team.
he actually just left him. Why was he so far out of his ult, though? What did I miss over towards B main?
And we'll give the information on to CNED. Camo's now going to lead the way, but already CNED, he can't hear. He's got lower health, and he's still going to kill everyone anyway. It makes absolutely no difference. In
Whoa,
fact, he's looking to try and
CNED
chase
finishes
him
it off
off.
with a
He
4K.
stole it away
Okay,
after
I'll tell you what was
he
impressive
falls.
about this. I don't want to focus too much on the negatives because there's a lot of
Pistols. It might not
there's a
look
lot
the
of them.
cleanest,
But in terms of FUT, having a new comp this fast after Shanghai look this clean was pretty cool. They had a good game plan with it as well, involving like the ults going aggro.
We move on to Lotus, a map we haven't seen them play. This is dire straits for the
Yeah, it looked like they actually had like set protocols for map control, everything like that, how they wanted to play it. That was nice.
After the break.
Chat, that was Koi's map pick, right? Oh my goodness. It's not great. Oh, all of this is new.
I know a place that will
Okay, same
break
ads.
you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola.
Make a playlist for my VOD channel, EMEA playlist.
Lord Nieve. But in spite of everything, it occurs to you to visit Andalusia. Don't say I didn't warn you. Be careful of the Andalusian crush.
All right, cool. VOD is uploading. Chat, I'm going to go chill for a little bit. It's going to go get a drink of water, walk around for a little bit.
In this series, I'm going to walk you through attack on Pearl.
You just had some microwave rice. How was it?
Angle. You're going to be able to
Banging,
fight this.
I imagine. It always is. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Let's do something crazy, get a bit wild today, cause we don't do this every day and we deserve it. Life is so amazing, nothing is in our way. Baby, let's fly away. Do you feel it? Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us come alive. Oh, what makes us come alive? Let's break some rules. No, we don't always have to be good. Don't always have to do things that we should. We'll feed the fire. Let's see it through and let go of what's holding us back. Just light it up and we'll burn through the past and take it higher. Is your heart rushing the way my heart's rushing when you take it all in? Baby, this is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. You and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize. This is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us. This is when we come alive. Do you feel it? Take the world by storm, just you and I. Can't believe it took so long to realize what makes us.
It's a great homecoming for FUT. They take their first map win of Stage 2 here in VCT EMEA. I'm your host, so I'm back here once again with Kakuka and Ash. Now, we had a lot of questions about what Koi have been working on, how they've been doing during this off time when the other three teams went to Master Shanghai. And I'm a tiny bit disappointed. How are you guys feeling?
I'm coping with the fact that maybe they were working on Lotus. Because they weren't really working on Split.
I mean, they did pick Split, you know? So I think that probably there was some preparation and thought into how FUT used to play this map, and many of the things were the same, right? Like CNET even on the defense was that spearhead, and he was being extra aggressive. But in some other instances, we just saw Koi making the same mistakes that they were making during split 1. For example, the running out of time. I have to say, it was only one round, but it did happen. I like to see the growth in the fact that it didn't happen constantly of them running out of ideas. But if we take a look at round number 4, we saw that Shadow was, you know, mostly in the back, just as an initiator, just using that utility to try and bait many things. But after Shadow dies, we see how Koi tries to take the space and how to work with their own Viper wall, and they're not achieving a lot. Also because of the good escalation that FUT is doing with the utility time after time. And in the end, they end up going for this just only 5 seconds to go for the plant, even if Camo, in so many of these instances, got the opener.
Yeah, it's pretty insane the number that Camo was able to put out, but a lot of issues where we were seeing Koi just not really able to sync up with each other, and I think that FUT also played that push and pull really well. Like we even saw Yedijay getting a lot of value on some of those lurks, pushing out on the flank, and getting one and falling back.
So they changed up their split.
Adapted
What's
with
the
his
Lotus?
Cypher trap setups. I think that you look over towards Stark, so on that Yoru, you expect a little bit more disruptive plays coming out from him, but he would throw in that Yoru clone, and Yedijay, he just pulls back the trip, he throws it back out over towards that B main choke, and then that utility was used off for naught, because they're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, the thing is, Koi, they were already all right, you know, on split on their attack sides. They've always looked good, the way they beat Team Vitality, and so on. They want both pistols as well, so it just feels a little bit sad that they weren't able to fully capitalize on it.
Not only that, also 2 out of the other rounds that they won were ecos, right? When we look at the
Would I be interested in seeing the best Gecko player in the world, aka you, play on the international stage and watch an absolute Gecko masterclass one day?
Yeah, I mean, they have an opportunity.
I mean, yeah, sure,
They're
bro.
I'm
down for it.
Just yet. And speaking of warm
But I need one round where you just send Wingman in on his own into just 5 people.
His first win on split.
If you do that, then I'm in for it.
Raze. We've seen him win there as Chamber, as Jet,
That's what you gotta promise me. Just one round where you just send him in.
Doing so well, and
your team's like, don't go, and you just send him.
It's gonna change the comp, but it doesn't face
all I ask.
It doesn't phase him. I mean, we saw even during kickoff, I think CNED was the one who was swapping up his agent quite frequently, depending on which duelist. If you saw him on the Raze, you saw him on the Neon. It was pretty, I think, surprising to see
off
that
the map, yeah. Abyss just send him off the map at the beginning.
Previously,
spawn in, just
about how
eat
that
him
Gecko
off the map
insta.
insta. First 5 seconds.
Really well with how
let's get onto the edge.
That dizzy utilization and the fact that you have the refresh on that utility made a really big difference.
And now moving on to Lotus and talking about CNET, is he going to start on stay on that Jet? We know that from the
dude, ranked is man, ranked is not the one right now, bro. Ranked is crazy, bro. I'm judge onlying. Sometimes I win, sometimes an ISO on the other team drops 40 kills. Like it's ranked shit. Whoa. Okay, not the neon buff though, so they're prepping for the neon buff with this.
Crazy. I think the Camo was super electric, and now that they're
Wingman cosplay. I said on some liquid content that I would Wingman cosplay. So the rule is, and this is probably not a good sign because it maybe shows how much faith I have in liquid. I said if they get to champs final, that I'll carry the trophy in a Wingman costume out. I'm not sure Riot will be down for it. They probably have something much better planned, but if we get to that point, we'll see. I'll at least throw it out there and Riot can make a decision.
And the level of skill that we've seen from them, there's a reason why FUT was the best team this past stage.
And as I said, starting on the attack, if you want to
what could possibly be better?
Surprise,
dude, it will be in Korea, and just no one will know who I am. It will probably be like not even 1% of the crowd knowing who I am. Actually, I mean, I guess I'm dressed as Wingman, so I guess it does kind of work. They wouldn't have to know it's me. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It actually is the best idea. Okay, Jules, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you. That's the motivation the team needs. That's what I mean, dude. Bacon's gonna be working overtime after I did that.
We always say that. Here on Lotus, though, some opportunities for them to bounce back, perhaps. You don't look very confident in that.
Maybe. But my mic was working. I was just a bit stunned. I wasn't expecting the comp that we've got. The neon.
Wow, chat. Wait, are they still going?
It's not something that
Damn, that's a long episode.
I've seen before. Maybe someone could jog my memory if that is the case. It's a bold choice. I'll put it
Okay,
that way. But you
we've
know
got
what?
FUT on
When
defense.
you
We've
are
got
in a
Koi on
position with your
attack.
back
Just
up
for the
against
people
the wall,
watching on
sometimes you have
YouTube,
to do
this
something
is
risky.
Neon,
They knew
but
they were
not
coming up
buffed
against it. I
Neon.
think it
Patch
would have been
before
crazy
Neon
if
buff.
the
So they're
FUT
prepping
Lotus
for the new
comp
patch,
changed after
but this
they
is
beat
currently
teams like
double
over
stun, one slide.
in
Neon.
Shanghai. So clearly this is their attempt at a counter. We'll see how well
It's Neon, but not Neon. Yeah, it's Neon, but it's not super OP Neon. It's regular old, pretty decent Neon.
Into the site was already fantastic on the last map.
Yeah, some good potential. Remember, it's not the Neon that you fear in your ranked games just yet. That's coming. Not this week. For now, Camo's going to have to do it without sliding in.
Mr. Fallon, where's your flash out?
Shados is there to back him up.
It's incredible.
Already down. Mr. Fallon does well to recover, but 5 HP left.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe they could have got more, but there was a good amount of chip damage to everyone. Arta wins his individual duel over towards A main, and now we're kind of just waiting for smokes to go.
Well, they're about to have a big battle on their hands, dodging the paranoia.
Wait.
Krax gets one and took
I was going to say, he's got to know that the Omen's still here.
That could have fallen apart. Back to a 2v2. HP is the big difference here, but nobody's one shot to that Sheriff just yet.
How do they do it? Because they might just double swing. Yeah. Nice.
Not bad, and now left all on
And now they have a
CNED.
really good crossfire. Problem with CNED, not the problem with CNED, but he's going to know this is the setup. Yeah.
Patiently waiting his camo. And there isn't a swing. He's expecting there to be one, expecting the trade to come through, but Shados has dedicated himself to the
Lovely. Actually, we're actually playing together. That was good. Dude, Pistol Gods.
In terms of pistols
Yeah,
now
Pistol
for
Gods.
Koi.
3 of them.
They've definitely got those down to a T.
Well, yeah, it's a good percentage of the rounds that they found so far. Not even the follow-ups, just the pistols alone. And add to that, they haven't been doing too bad in those second rounds. A good start. The thing I like about this as well, Tom, is that we talk about the counters on map 1, but when it comes to Lotus...
Lane drop, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the tier 1. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. And Tubby_27 with the prime as well. Holy. Yeah. Is he angry that the hits didn't happen there or what? Thank you so much for your prime, bro. Both of you. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you. Oh, no. Not over towards C against the eco. Not this, guys. Guys, do I need to do a video? Stop going C against ecos. Or use some util.
No,
for God's sake.
Again, it's the start. I'm going to assume that it's
I've seen it too much this year. It's killing me.
One pistol, so if that is the case,
Video will bang. It's just 20 minutes of teams getting eco'd by dry facing over towards C. Honestly, it could be pretty good.
Importantly, it could give a gun on the other side.
Yeah,
They're
love
ready,
that, though.
Waiting for CNED's repeak. We'll now put this round much more firmly in their favor, although I believe that Marshall, it will be immediately picked up by Krax.
It was an ambitious call. Knowing there's a Marshall in play, it's already claimed a victim, and it's in the hands of CNED. And they decide to hold a ranged angle, waiting for him to re-peak, but the Guardian does win that duel. Equalized numbers, and the fake, well, this is the first time I've got to say this.
Yeah, love this from Koi.
The fakes worked for Koi. The C site's wide open, and they're able to walk in to a free punt.
Oh man, that was savage from Mitch, but pretty
much
funny.
More willing to take a pretty big gamble. I do think there's much more opportunities for them to push and pull on this map, though. I think that FUT did incredibly well to read most scenarios in the last map correctly. But
wouldn't it be a good strat for Abyss to lose pistol if you jump off the map?
Lotus,
defense, if they planted, yeah, probably. Just insta jump off before they can plant, I think so. Teams probably won't do it, but I think you could definitely argue that it's worth doing, yeah.
Very confident.
I think on attack, you're probably not worth doing it. I think you can probably get a plant. Money would be pretty good. You could maybe do a little bit of damage. But I think on defense, wall jumping off from spawn at the beginning, probably worth, yeah.
Already one player dropped, and Ayedege is probably going to make the decision to go back and run into the spike.
Just wrapping back around in case you could find anybody. But no victims to claim. 21 HP. Shadow barely holds onto that rifle, but for Koi, that's what they need. 3 rifles carried through. Second round secured. I said this in the first and the second
we got
this is where the trouble begins.
Yeah, goodbye rounds. pistol's been great for Koi. What has the buy rounds got?
I will say that FUT's strength on this map has always been the attack side, so this is definitely Koi's best opportunity. I think especially when you're running a neon
but at least going heavy over towards A.
Just look at the stack up already from FUT. They're going to immediately look to try and take themselves some rubble control.
Okay, as soon as they see the camera though, and they hear that info, oh, I like this. One pass and fake over towards C, but we're actually popping B. Oh, he used everything. He actually used every bit of util that Shadow has to try and sell the fake. Kind of worked. 3 people over here.
Instead, looking to reinforce the B side, but Mr. Fallen still loses his life. First shots do connect, but only to the body. Although that headshot will eventually put Camo down. Neck and neck. And the defenders having to push for this retake, fairly split out. And Koi do know that CNED was here not that long ago.
Block here, block here, give you a bit of space to get through this choke.
But Starzo has lost his life.
He always has such a good read. It's equalized almost immediately, waiting for CNED. That's going to put the man advantage in their favor. The trip as well.
Oh, look at the util. Yeah, the util was lovely here from Koi. This is an overall nice round from them though, right? One person over towards A default, then you look like you're reactively pushing over towards C. You've got a Fade using Prowler, Teva and Fade Eye, but actually you 4-person walk into B. Pretty good. And then the util in the afterplan was actually like really legit.
This wasn't what we saw on the previous map, and it's definitely a much better face to Koi.
Has Koi evolved a bit compared to last season? Give me more of this map, bro. Nuke, the split. If I'd only watched the split and I hadn't seen that round, I would have said that they regressed, to be honest. That split fast map was an absolute nightmare.
But as a result, they expect it to be a C or
dissolved.
But
that round there gives me a lot of hope.
To this low buy round, much more
that round gives me a lot of hope.
Split, they were often going for aggression
So
down
maybe.
at least one avenue.
But yeah, don't watch that split, man. Oh my god.
And it looks like they've gambled on the wrong side.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Koi have been pretty happy to just.
Bro, they got double pistol. They got double pistol and got 7 rounds.
Nothing being spotted by the cam on B, and they're going to try and continuously fake things out with smokes being thrown down on the other side of the map. But it does look like
they've been
have got this
prepping a little bit on this. That's kind of nice.
Well, with how little there is for the side of FUT, a retake here seems impossible.
It does, yeah. Sometimes that's when FUT managed to pull those rounds out of the bag, but we need overextensions. We need mistakes from Koi. And their setup, even if they want to get aggressive, paranoia in the hands of Grabinho, waiting for contact, for someone to be close enough to take that fight. It will instead be saved for the eventual retake attempt out of FUT. So much utility that they're going to be running into. Weaponry disadvantages.
Can they get any damage? This is a real question.
Running down bit by bit, direct
Koi's util's kind of lovely on the afterplants at the moment.
Players still able to fall back, play their post plans, but on the way back, Starzo's caught. Now FUT start to flood the site, get ever closer to that spike.
They would love the smoke on the spike though.
3 versus 3, rifle for cracks, long range shot connected, leaving one low. Good shot from CNED. It seems to be where it ends with
pretty good damage at the end from FUT. Yeah, kind of impressed again. Koi had some good util here.
Economic position to play from, and a great start to the map of Lotus.
Yeah, and they haven't really had to use anything in terms of their ultimates. So all of those are going to be building up over the next couple of rounds.
Koi comp cooking. How would this comp be on defense? Let me look at this comp again.
Nightfall being one of the bigger factors.
Dude, it's got some fast rotates. What are the Yori TPs like on defense on Lotus? Probably alright.
Also that operator. That's always
From
going to be
spawn, you could have fast C.
A lot of the time we're seeing these early sort of aggressive pushes on that A side of the map.
Okay,
this time
second big buy round for FUT when we get the op out. And this is a giant round because it's like, if FUT managed to win this, they're pretty much back in it in terms of ults as well. They could definitely snowball to getting a good amount of rounds.
They don't want to challenge them.
Cypher.
That could have been the pick for CNED.
It's a pretty cool comp.
Steps forward. Now CNED smoked off. The slow rotation.
I want after this comp retake B.
From the side of Koi. Again, this is what we've seen. Even on
I guess
split,
Omen Flash.
Not successfully.
I worry about comps without Viper that don't have the wall for B. to retake. Seems to be the weakness on all the comps that don't use Viper, but
FUT seeming to anticipate an A hit.
Face your fear.
dude, they are just hitting C over and over again though. Pistol round, force over towards A, everything else C now.
It looks again like this is just going to be set up as a retake. The players from FUT are ready and waiting. And actually, they're going to be the one to get that opener, but it's very quickly traded.
Yeah, damage done on the stars.
If Krax gets a kill, it's giant.
Some small advantage for
Dude
FUT,
still has his Omen
again,
Flash.
Wait,
Do they wait for smoke, then Omen Flash?
There
Yeah, lovely, bro. Oh my god, they keep saving the Omen Flash for after plant. It's unbelievable.
Completely in half. 12 seconds left. That spike still needs to be planted. I mean, I'm getting a little bit worried. They had a lot of time, a lot of space.
Big Joel. I mean, how? Okay. Yeah, maybe not too aware of the angle. Close, man.
Just in the nick of time.
Close.
Oh, that's unfortunate. If Yedeje runs the other way, or even just stays where he is, that round probably goes in that favor. I want to point out as well, those are Starzo's first 3 kills on the board. Like, he hadn't had anything just yet.
This was a great play, man.
Aggressive stance. This might be something based again off those counters.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they know that they always leave.
To sort of look at what their opponents can do. Split wasn't that. Split was picking something that they already had in their locker. Letting Lotus through, that was different.
Honestly, I have missed these two, man. I've missed these two.
The fact that Starzo just runs through with
They're
that amount
so
of confidence
funny,
makes me
bro.
think that, okay, they're ready for those FUT retakes. They're not even going to allow them to happen.
Okay, well, this is an easy timeout. We've either got to fight for C itself, or you got to fight for C early. They got to make sure that Omen Flash gets out of them to hit over towards the site. It's been a good plan from Koi so far.
And I think Rubinho, once they've taken that C site control, his position's been so key. Sitting there with the paranoia, we saw it the round before, or maybe it was 2 ago.
Do we know the Mako Bane IGL situation? What about Xcuret and Stacks? Mako IGL, Xcuret IGL.
This time we see it used in a more aggressive stance.
Jake Wake Shake, what's up, bro? Thank you so much with the Prime, with the 14 months, dude. Thank you for the support.
For dealing with them on the way
Jake,
back
appreciate
through.
you, man. Thank you for
What
doing
we
that.
don't have is 4 ultimates to work with. There's a lot for FUT with Bladestorm just 1 away. If there's an advantage found this round, they've got the safety nets, or rather the trampolines, to bounce off of it.
Free Neon buff, correct. Okay, so FUT, both of their buy rounds, been getting wrecked over towards C. Similar rounds, just actually that's a lie.
To what we saw on the
first buy round was over towards B.
A lot more confidence, seemingly a lot more of a plan, and well already had a captain under some serious pressure.
God, this ult with a neon, pretty scary, man. Wait, this ult with a neon is crazy scary. How does Ada Captain get one? How does he get one? Okay, CNED with knives. Okay, we put an ult into it. That's a gun down for someone else. It's a giant ult. Wow, really nice round. Chat, that was a bold call to use Krax's ult on it, but it was really, really nice. Yeah, CNED got an important kill, gun down, and that kind of just snowballed into it. To be honest, Yetajay's 1v1 was really big as well. 5 HP on it.
Obviously, it was still a commitment of quite a
3
few
ults, yeah, but it's a giant. I mean, it's a giant commitment, but like the pay on this is big, right? 3 people survived, yeah, gun upgrades.
It's also going to be a little bit frustrating because I feel like even going back to the last map, I can't think of a successful round where that dimensional drift has been used. And the way they used it in this round was fine. I want to say in the last map, I was a bit triggered just by the fact that he was always alone. But this time they had stuns, clear plans, ideas. But the retake was just better. Even still,
Ata getting one back aside there, yeah. Oh, Yoru ulted and Neon stun. He got double Neon stun, right? I think maybe it was just one.
Actually, Camo taken quite a bit of early space. It definitely seems like they're prepared.
And I mean they're just early opening the door so they can get one molly out of him.
Nothing to be had just yet.
Yeah, the smoke here is really strong. Would it ever fully go down? Like how many openings of the door would you have to do for this to get to 0? 3 in a row? If it was insta, maybe?
With the gate crash available, you never know if that's the lurking Yoru. Starzo's done this a number of rounds, and the only difference here is that Rubinho is supporting him this time with an ult of his own to get out. Gate crash used only as a fake this time. It wasn't in the best of positions either. So he's going to just put out another one. So it's a much quicker rotation that he can play. Now going deeper. Starzo looks for that control. His team are deciding when they'll go.
I was going to say, it's a really thin
finally,
angle, but he does actually hit the first guy as well.
Gets his reward. Set up for
Huge,
another,
man. Yeah, a lot of confidence. Rotate goes in, Omen flash here as well. But yeah, CNED gets to the angle, calls no one else here. They can stick strong over towards the sides. And this is a nightmare for Koi. They've been doing so good to get 5 in a row, but now they just gave them so much money. Everyone gets 3k on top of this. We've got no armor rebuys. We've got no damage.
I want to see more.
Yeah, FUT are really back in this one. This is a huge round.
I want to see Starzo more with the main push. I feel like a lot of what makes these compositions so successful.
Toasty Ra, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate the 4 months.
Yoru +1. It could be a Razor, it could be a Jet. In this case, it's a Neon. It feels like he's always somewhere else trying to sell in the minds of FUT. Like, okay, we're going this way, we're going this way. It hasn't worked. So try something else. I think.
Wait, Camo's already damaged? Oh, okay.
He gets that 3K. That is because he's
Philly Dilly as well. 2 years, man. Thank you for that, bro. Appreciate the tier 1. Thank you for being here for 2 years.
Now, they're still going to scrape a buy, mainly because of those 3 save guns. Otherwise, it definitely wouldn't have been the case. And again, we're going to see the same take.
Wait, that's a nice A take, though.
Just like in the last round, FUT have gone all the way aggressive on
lash
C,
through so they can't shoot the fade eye. You have to commit to shoot the fade eye. Yeah, that's nice.
Bit of a difference with Shadow sneaking his way through B this time. Might not be expected. And in fact, the aggression from Yedege is just now coming in. Big push on the
Big duel over towards B right now.
Make that lurk play, but Yedege ends up finding Shados. Now the B
yeah, now you kind of know this one's free. CNED maybe gets to the angle.
You know there's not going to be someone holding his back. Why would they? So these players are locked out on the side of FUT. It would be an aggressive play to go for.
Whoa.
Camo's the one with the aggression. Going straight into
Wait, that was an
CNED.
absolute shot, by the way.
Backs right out. The op is ready, but look at Grabinho's second lurker catching that impact.
Just an irritation. That's now leaving
3 from heaven, and they smoked it off.
Definitely not going to be easy.
Well, good luck.
Already, Shados will drop another, and CNED's operator
is
the
only going to save. Okay, but it doesn't. Well, it does matter obviously, but in terms of money, it doesn't matter, right? They just got 3,000 for last rounds. They could lose all these guns and be fine.
Although the finances of FUT are in a pretty good position right now. Shadow lurking. He's not going to get anything. He will meet the same fate as anybody else who's faced off against this operator this round. And CNED even looking for a little bit more. Should be allowed. No, never mind. Grabinho's going to get him right.
Okay, but again, everyone can buy. It's all good. Doesn't the Neon Stun next patch, does only one of them make that A main take even better? Yeah. This is the thing, like it basically changes your default, right? Instead of using a stun for a default, you just use a slide for a default is what will happen. And so arguably that's scarier. It depends on the flash agent you got with it.
There were a lot more traps in play and FUT fell straight into them. 6-2. And like you said, yeah, they found 7 rounds in the last map, but
bro, you won the round.
Johnny E, thank you so much for the prime as well, bro. Thank you for the 21 months.
Yeah, let the blood pressure go
Appreciate the prime.
Let the blood pressure go. These rounds definitely feel a lot more repeatable than what we saw in Split. I don't think they ever hit their stride there. But
timing on this?
Well and truly in it on the side of Koi. Operator from
wild.
CNED, much more aggressive than before.
Really wild.
And it's Starzo to pay the price. Dash only now activated. CNED staying up close and eventually giving the position up with Grabinho on the backside. CNED now knows that.
Yeah, and he thinks the Omen flashes it. He thinks the Omen was over towards heaven.
He's down and out of the round, and Camo looks to take the space inside the smoke. Previously, we've seen the paranoia used, but
this is the first time where they've actually used that Omen flash to get over towards site. So does that mean that the retake is a lot?
Oh, they're going to continue to push. They don't want to allow for a retake, but Cracks, ever vigilant, ever accurate. He's going to land the shot, but Shados could do it right back. A 1-2 punch that puts things into a 2 versus 2. Low on HP, not looking the right way. And now it's Shadow's turn. The IGL trying to lead from the front. On the side, trying to wrap.
Oh my God!
He's heard the steps. They may have even heard the drop down. Though they have an idea. It doesn't matter. Nightfall going to be utilized, but he's so close by. The shot's not connected though, and now Shadow could just play with it. He's gone all the way around, trying to bait his opponent. It's going to be him running into the smoke.
Damn, bro, respect.
He will clutch this one out.
He just got around the corner.
In the Red Bull clutch
Yeah, huge rounds. I mean, shout out to Shados as well. They managed to actually win a 2v4 here.
The nightfall there, it scared me. Yeah. I thought that was an overcommitment, but it ends up working. Player not able to hear him drop down. The reposition was everything.
Going for laps, yeah, he did 2 of them.
With that aggression.
Well, Grabinho
nice shots and cracks.
Was just genius. Like the second he sees that shot, he goes, okay, he hasn't left. He's not falling back. I'm going to TP behind him. He's got nowhere to go. Either he gets me and then my teammate's there, because I think Camo was full sprint chasing him down. They knew that that side would be clear the second.
Oh, they have a different.
Marcined has had enough of being the C-site anchor. He is now
honestly, respect for having a different lineup for that.
Spawn.
Don't want to say mine one's a little bit faster, but it is.
Aggressive face from him.
But I still like that they have one.
Clear. They know that the threat is somewhere else. Ult used on C. Starzo flash. It goes a little deep, but the position catches Yedaje off guard.
Dude, the Omen flash is crazy. The amount of value Koi getting from the Omen flash in this game has been wild. Oh, it doesn't hit the planter. Oh, it doesn't hit the planter. And it felt like maybe the comms weren't good because it felt like CNED thought it got this corner. Because otherwise you would hard clear that with a better swing.
No, honestly, this has been, it's night and day.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff, man. They got some cool stuff on this attack.
Everything that FUT are trying to do. FUT haven't been allowed to attempt a retake this entire game because every single time somebody is pushing them. You've got Starzo already. That's the first kill to clear it, but Camo doesn't then stop. He's spamming the smoke to stop any lineup of utility. They're just constantly in the faces of their opponent, and I don't think FUT are used to teams playing against them like this.
I still feel if FUT
8-2 up, CNED really has had enough. You could just see the level of aggression.
If FUT can get 4, it's actually a pretty good half.
Just to almost try and
like it's at least recoverable. But the problem is we have no idea how this comp's going to look on defense. On paper, it's pretty good.
Already hitting the decoy. Lets them know that there's a rotation. Lets them know there's still presence on B. Koi
can I go fast A?
Spamming through the Viper's pit on C. Doesn't seem like a viable option to go for. There's a trap in play as well, blocking them. The one thing they could do is gate crash their way to back.
Maybe it can't hold A proper. I don't know.
Yedaje is sitting there.
Double stun might be able to hold
they
A.
bypass the Viper's pit, they still have a Cypher to lock it down. Cam watches B passive. CNED's here to react. Breach utility from Praxis.
Oh, that is a huge pick.
CNED's dropped a little too quickly. Numbers back to equal.
And they get that as well. That's not too bad. Mr. Fallon spots.
Have to deal with cracks though. He's been a big danger man.
Okay, I load this up to cracks.
They are running into the lines.
Got 2 there.
You might not believe it, but he got 2 there.
Yeah, he managed to get the last one because of the decay of the wall from Viper.
Plant. An aggressive position by Shados.
Planted.
He's had his round or 2, but it does leave his teammate isolated. Shadow's forced to fall back.
Keep an eye on
Be
Shados.
smoked off.
Around the world did it.
The thing is though, there's been an expectation from FUT
Yeah,
throughout
and
this
there's
game
great
that
delay on the
somebody's
site
gonna be
as
coming
well.
behind.
Just making a bit of sound.
Seems like this time though, especially with Starzo dead, they are not expecting it.
Can he get both?
Players to be in main. That information's about to find its way into their hands. They're looking the wrong way, but
Can he
as
get
he
one?
emerges, all
What I
guns
should have said.
turn to Shados, and the defuse already halved, and Shadow's out of ammo. There's no way to deny this anymore. FUT with a 3rd round found at last.
Damn, respect to FUT here.
Still recoverable.
Yeah, nothing over towards site, checked heaven, and then they were like, well.
Much better face from Koi.
Did he step? Because I just feel like both players immediately turned to look at him. It was either a coincidence or just some sort of sound. Because it did seem like, yeah, immediately it almost looked like both just turned. So I don't know if it maybe thought he needed
it's
to get
definitely
a
a
move
com.
on, but they were very ready
Definitely
for that.
it could
Even
be.
Still, 8-3 up. A solid position
Or
for
could
Koi.
have. Okay, let's see if they can get the. Let's see if they can get the 4 that we said at the beginning. Roman flash committed early, but no one pushed behind it. Keep an eye on the double push over towards C.
Yeah, that information won't do much though if the players on A are dealt with. Cracks and Mr. Fallen defending this alone. Doors open, decoy destroyed.
It's an ambitious orb pickup, but it also means that they can't pick one up.
Taking early control and pumping the brakes. In the midst of all that, FUT are getting aggressive.
Yeah.
Early info. They can stack A a little bit heavier than they are.
May not matter. 2 players to defend this. TP's in, but he goes down. Just trying trying to make their
The
way
guy
into
dinked
the
him.
side. That flank is
26.
coming, but they found the kills. They've done what they needed. This time, plenty of time to play with. And in the meantime, they're trying to deal with what has been Grubinio's flank, but this time it doesn't exist.
CNET's caught him being pushed on. Up drag used, but he's not quick enough. Neon's right around that corner. Good kill for Captain. Low HP on Grubinio. Camo's being tagged too.
Grubinio get
Still
one?
doable
Yes,
for
he
this
does.
squad, but that sneaky spot from Grubinio might just
And his
have locked out
crossfire's
the
too strong.
round. Captain with 2 more to drop and a crossfire. Oh, it's off the spike tap as well. This is going to be a really
why did he
tough one to
cage
find
himself?
value. The cage does give him a 1v1, but the shots don't land. And with that halfway,
Okay, 9-8. That was impressive. They had a really, I mean, they had a really nice attack half. The first, like, the third round, what was it? The third round and the fifth round, and that's when you want to do like your best rounds. That was really impressive. Definitely looked into the fact that FUT like to retake over towards C, and they always play to leave the site, and they just save loads of util, mainly the Omen flash. And also the third round was sick, man. The fake on A, but what? The fake on C and then push over towards B.
Has been to play against for FUT. They've not really. I've never seen anybody annoyed at 9-3 up. It's actually mind-boggling. It's like they're in a perpetual state of frustration that they just can't get out of. Therapy. That's what they're.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mini was always frustrated even when they're winning like 10-2 or something.
I definitely don't.
Okay, the bait in.
9 rounds, a chance to extend further. This would be 4 out of 4 pistols, and it's off to a great start. 2 quick kills from Shados. He's trapped in the
But
corner
honestly,
and
the
dropped
fact
by
that Stuxo
Wallbangs,
gets out of there, it's a giant
they've
win.
done the groundwork. 36 HP left on CNET. Starzo tagged low too. Still anyone's game. And the lurk from Yedije being watched. Grubinio, he saw him. He certainly heard him now with the cage popped up. The rest of the squad on their way, but Starzo's watching the cross alongside him. Spawn being spotted by Camo. Seems like Koi are covering all their bases.
Yeah, they're just playing this one as a retake. I like the decision. Like Grubinio could have stayed, tried to hold the ground, but much more happy to play as a unit. Definitely
great
still
util
wary
to
that
retake,
there's some presence on C though, because it's only just the rotation of Shadow starting. And bear in mind,
Wait, they have great util and they want to
the
contact?
utility that they have left to play with. I'd be a
They
bit
should dump
surprised if
this.
they go in before he's there, but
Prowler into
Camo's
Omen
having a
flash.
look.
Omen flash is going to hit 2 at the moment.
A few more shots have landed. Some players low. Camo 70 on his way around. Catches them stunned. Good for 1. Fights back. Seemed to be going well, but Yedije, his position known. The reload heard and the spike not planted for him. He has to cross, and they know that.
Hey, dude, pistol gods, man. 4 out of 4.
Grubinio was even throwing out a few punches as well. 10 rounds now. 4 pistols in this series. It has been a strong suit for Koi, to say the least.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, this map has been fantastic from them. Their attack side.
Oh, really,
from the
Gabri?
get-go.
No, I didn't see
I
that.
think maybe an issue here or there with just being caught out by CNET, but very quickly adapted to it. And yeah, getting off to the strong starts that they've had is definitely going to make things what seems like. Oh, I wonder what he said.
I got muted there.
Important, bro. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah. Not wrong.
To win this map, not only to take the map, of course, to keep the series alive for Koi, but to do so dominantly, it sends a message to FUT, and that message is being received.
It's also the fact, I think they know as well as we do that the attack sides are where FUT have been so much better. Like, and Koi have been a team before that have let very big leads, 11-3 leads slip. So
look at the
it's
score.
understandable that they want to make sure that they get those early
Wait.
rounds. Now that's a good start. Mr. Fallen.
Oh my god, he got the dink. Yeah, and he's want to pick up the gun. It's a lovely Omen flash. They still get the gun. They're taking map control. They still have the spike. Holy. Whoa, what a shot from Shados, bro.
At least his aim's been crispy, and Camo's there to trade
My
things
good
back.
boss.
It
Oh
is
my goodness,
CNET.
okay.
1 shield remaining. Who
He
knows
has
what difference
so
that could
much time to play with. Thing is, he tapped it up heaven, so they heard. Yeah. The fact that he tapped it here, they knew exactly where it was. Doesn't tap it, they have no idea.
11-3, a position you just can't.
There's a little bit of a
imagine
scary
Koi
eco though,
losing
to be
from.
honest. Shadows hit a really
But I
nice
can't
shot.
remember it.
That's not. It's not happening again. I believe in them.
Koi timeout? Oh, they haven't gone for it this time. It is round 3, though. As we said, this is where the Pendulum swung the other direction last time for 8 rounds in a row for FUT. They looked incredible in half number 1 of Split. And this is their attacking side here on Lotus.
Okay, bonus isn't great.
Make it happen,
But
well, it is now or
FUT
never.
should be winning this.
Now or sunset.
Oh, Camo's looking to get aggressive again.
Did they still have their default? That's so funny.
Oh, timing almost worked out for them, but no. Cracks was defending.
Okay,
Stars
gets the
is just
gun,
gonna
gets
opt to
out
take
of
the
there.
gun and leave.
Yeah, it still
Wanted
has
to
the
keep something into this
cage
round, obviously
into
taking quite a
camera
lot of damage
default
in
to
the
take
last
over
meant
towards
that
B.
The bonus is not going to be the best of them. But also, they've got rounds to play with. They can go into the next one with a 4-buy. There wasn't really a need to take a big risk. FUT, though, being very meticulous. And they know, in these sort of rounds, you're going to get aggressive plays.
Of course. Also some passive ones, but even that's spotted. Starzo thought he was wise, tucked in the corner. Quickly loses his life. 2 pistols left to fight their way back in, and just take a look at where those other rifles are dropped. Not exactly retrievable. Plant.
Yeah, let's see what damage Koi can do.
It will be given to CNED, of course, if you take a look at the old
It will
doors,
probably
he's
be
just 2 away
believing
from having a blade stormer.
because I mean,
Might be thinking, why
was
did
it
they
the
give it to Yedege?
is it
might
that
be
LAN against
Blade storm
Vitality
could be online.
Convergence?
For FUT.
They did a pretty crazy
What we have to
comeback
do
on
now,
this map.
Drop that rifle from Shados and deal with the pistols. Seems to be
They
an
kind of
easy
done it
task.
before in this map.
Koi have pulled a couple good rounds out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's Shados gone. Down to the pistols. They will quickly be dispatched.
Yeah, 1 more kill for CNED. That Blade Storm would be available. It seems like he's not really in the need to risk it, especially when you consider where the orbs are on this map. If he really wanted it, he could definitely go and find one. And Andaluthia flawless
Yeah,
for FUT.
good news for FUT is
We'll put
no
them back
gun
onto the
rebuys.
board, but this is one hell of an uphill battle that they need to go through.
It really is, because Koi can just save up when it comes to credits, when it comes to ults. All they have to do is dump everything they've got into a round, and your chances of closing this go way up. The problem is always going to be if FUT do gain that momentum. Now they're on the attack side, they get to set the pace of the rounds, and that is where they absolutely thrive. With rifles in play for both squads, still a chance for Koi to fight back. What you'd expect, they won the pistol, they won the follow-up, and they lose their bonus. Here's their chance. Oh, nice early aggression as well.
Okay.
Well, you know what,
There's
Mr.
a smoke there, but
I think Koi did well to find
yeah,
that
they
kill.
take that.
Mr. Fallen,
Take that all day.
I mean, he just sprayed back through his smoke, caught ahead.
And now the
Unlucky for
pressure
Koi.
put onto Shados. Best player in the server so far. Has a couple of trips to play with, although I feel like that should be expected again. We've seen them play through these smokes quite a lot. In fact, they're even being spammed by FUT. The expectation is there's going to be someone around this angle, but for now at least, that after plant is going to go through with no problems.
Kind of a similar situation to what we saw on attack,
Very
right?
late
Mr.
flank
Fallon
coming
has
in
an
from
omen
Coutinho.
flash. Just wait for their omen
There's a
flash on
cam watching
defense.
for
You
it,
omen
though.
flash back.
Popping up here
Saying
and there.
that,
Smoke used,
the
blocking out an angle. but
omen
this
is all
wise.
the
They
way.
might not think he's here. And if Yedege
Okay.
doesn't open cam,
Yeah,
serious
he omen
opportunity for
flashed
that
after
flank.
the first
Find
Yori
value,
TP.
waits for the timing as his teammates distract. Cause all the eyes to be looking forward. Paranoia comes in. That might give it away. It should, in fact, but Coutinho still gets one. Fortunately, he's the last man left, and they most certainly know where he is now. The shrouded step doesn't shroud it that much. He's out of here, saving the rifle for the next round. FUT on their way back through, 11 to 5.
But,
long
I
road
mean,
ahead of them.
the fact that they can
It's
get
still
over
gonna have to
towards
be a crazy
C and they can
streak,
save their omen
of
flash
course we're
again,
gonna see
not too bad.
Adaptations, changes from Koi. But as I said, they have to be careful, because just as they managed to get things rolling on their attack side, we
Oh,
know
he
for
actually
a fact
waited.
that FUT can do this 9 attack
The
rounds
internal
versus
clock.
Fnatic, 8 when they play versus FPX.
Enemy remaining.
They've always been stellar at the attack on any map.
Yeah, I think there's probably a few.
especially
There's honestly probably Gabri. There's probably a few Neons or like a few Duelist mains that actually love Neon.
This won't be Koi's round to fight back. They did
There's
save
also
that
some
rifle.
that probably haven't played it
Grubinho only invested the 400
at all
credits
enough.
to the rest of the squad. A lot of weaknesses to play with. Some success in the early duels on A when Mr. Fallen isn't just spamming back through his smoke. And a lot of success on C.
Okay.
In fact, Shados, he doesn't have a dash. This isn't a jet. There's no way out. Got the advantage.
Still though,
and
he did great damage.
I don't want to say threw it away, but gambled it. And that hasn't worked out, but maybe it has.
John P, what's up, bro? How we doing?
False sense of security.
Oh, the
They think
timing.
the site is much more open. That's Grubinho with a freebie. And he could have even followed up if only he knew how low Cracks was.
What did I eat today?
Dimensional drift.
I had I had a burger.
Gonna get them that extra information.
And a
I'd be blown
burger.
away
It's
if
actually
Starzo
banging.
tries to stick this one.
4v3, get out. Gate crash to spawn. Okay, this is fine too.
Burger? Yeah, I went for a meal with my granddad. It's cool.
The thing is, the bigger danger now is Camo. He's rotated in. Starzo's there for support. For FUT, this is a round is a must-win, and it is not looking like that right now.
Down A.
They're needing a hero while
okay.
It's ended up in a 1v4.
Yeah, that was a big kill as well. And all kind of happened from Shados over towards C. Another eco round or anti-eco going over towards C.
Of course, FUT once again. 25 seconds left to try and make something happen in this round, and with the high, the low setup.
Yeah, he has no idea whether this have gone inside though, right?
The high disappeared for a little bit, but it shouldn't matter. 26 HP, 13 seconds. So much still to find. Mistakes would need to be made. He's trying to bait them into the fight eventually.
Yeah, he actually had a chance into it. Okay, 7.
You
see how dangerous
7 chances to close this one.
34 health and a chance. If those first bullets land on the head, it's all over. And with CNED, we've seen it happen many times before. But Koiv avoided it. 12-5. A remarkable recovery.
There's a little bit of a bold reaction trying to walk over towards C. But
I think they were wise. In a way, they've clearly prepared a lot on Lotus.
Keeper,
when you don't play a map and you leave it open in a veto where your opponent's comfortable on it, it's a free pick. You know it's coming.
Lots of ults about to come up for this. It's not the most stacked comp for ults though, really. But
you would imagine. Nice shot from CNED, even stunned up. The stuns really are cosmetic. McCoy still in a 4v4.
Still, that's a big scalp to take early on. Has been traded out in the form. Cameron, you can already see Gravino is going to immediately fall back. Starzo, on the other hand, has other ideas. He wanted to try and fight forward.
Didn't he just run over there from TP in? Make the sound of a cage, spray 4, and then TP's away again.
Have other ideas of how they want to play this one.
Oh, Viper's Pit now online for Ada Captain. Hasn't been used yet. Saving for a future round, perhaps. Confident in this 4 versus 4 retake. Utility is low for Koi, but still a lot to work with on Shadow. Lost their Paranoia, lost Starzo's flashes too. Getting in here, it's going to be a lot of open duels. Cage to block off an angle, and that is actually used by Starzo to get a little bit closer. Stun does its work. Nice shot for Gravino.
Time is so low on this.
Returned onto Shadow, but it's Mr. Fallen I was waiting for. His position on the side with cracks is perfect. And
okay, we're going to start looking over towards the money.
Not going to be saved for a future round, which does come as somewhat of a surprise to me, Tom. But you know, they have secured the round, whether it's due to that or not.
Yeah, they'll probably take the Viper ult.
Hey, look, better safe than sorry. That's what they say.
Yeah, it came in pretty late. I mean, honestly, it only came after the first kill, and then these 2 kills came in. It wasn't too bad.
I guess wanted to make sure that they cleared the flanker first, expecting somebody to come through the door, but it does also look very funny. 12-6. Again, you can tell how serious
it was not even useful, yeah, but imagine the other 2 lost their duels.
They won a round, lost one round, and immediately are looking to call themselves a pause. They have been in this scenario so many times. And it's got
I like May. How we doing? The 4 months. Thank you with the tier 1.
Okay,
thank
we
you.
have choked victories.
Appreciate that.
Not allow for any way back.
Have I missed any
this is a map that
subs?
they've been prominent on. We've said solid results versus Fnatic, a close loss to Leviathan beating FPX.
JD Chill, did I say you? Yeah, I said
earlier in the season. So
we didn't miss any.
Good map for them, even with their wackier comps. But for now, they are down by a considerable margin, and Koi, this is the thing, I still think, like, the last map, yeah, it didn't go to plan. You can tell where the work has definitely gone in, but there's always been a team that's been dangerous.
Forces them down to an eco. 6 chances remain for Koi. Shados is annihilating them.
6 rounds. 6 chances.
Wait.
Timeout used from Koi while they're in the lead. Strikes fear into
everyone's stealing my bit.
Everywhere. FUT. Sure, they'll probably take this one. There's a lot of buy rounds between them and a victory. Showing themselves as the high caliber opponents they are. Koi defensive rotations, a lot of aggression on A. Taken rubble.
Okay, nice and simple over towards C. Pick up the orb. Got breach short into this round if they need to use it. Door open to pinch over towards here as well. CB default. Keep an eye on. Okay, I like this from Stark. So insta breaks the trip over towards here. TPs in case they insta react over towards C. Yeah, so you create pressure like they pushed over towards A.
Prowler's clearing it out. A lot of information being found early here by Koi. Now the last round they won was based off a lower purchase, having the right players in the right place at the right time, and Camo has been the right player throughout the majority of this series.
Okay, this will be interesting because in my opinion the Koi comp, and this happens a lot without the Viper, Koi comp kind of struggles a little bit for retakes if you get a good plant and you have here control. Not that this is the best example because they don't have the guns, but I could see FUT doing this a lot in the Byrons and it would work out well. In my in my head at least. On paper, let's say that.
Up close is Mr. Fallen, up close is CNED on top. Ready for these fights.
Don't do it, CNED.
Well, that's not ideal for Shadow.
But he's gonna push through.
Utility in hand, easy double for CNED. Mr. Fallen tucked in as Ada Captain takes the fight. He was ready to trade if needed. Won't find the kill when he goes for it, but I think that timer's already ticking.
Yeah, I like this from FUT. Yeah, so you see no Viper comps, right? So obviously the Viper comp is sick because you can counter them when they come out at A. But the main big thing that people already, teams probably think about, but maybe I haven't seen it enough, is the fact that they don't have this wall that goes over towards B, which means it's a lot harder to get into the site. It's also a lot harder once you've got into the site to then stick the defuse. So unless you have double Omen smoke, and even when you have double Omen smoke on the retake, I often feel like you would do smoke, but then this smoke would fade by the time that you wanna defuse, so then you're still kind of out in the open. I really strongly think that maybe teams need to go B more against the non-Viper comps that are maybe going to start appearing more.
I think he's lucky to be honest.
Just purely for that, because I feel like they need to save. I feel like they need 3 smokes. Really. One smoke to get over towards the site, double vision block, and then one to defuse.
Koi. They start a rotation off the A aggression. Again, that Rubble control is being gifted to them, and they're more than happy to take it. We saw FUT occasionally take this control early and then fall back, but Koi are committing players to it. It allows them to be much heavier stacked on the sites, and in particular on C. You can see that the op is there, the Cypher setup is there, and add to that, you've got utility from Shadow.
Yeah. Okay, I like this from Koi though. So, okay, let's put this to the test. It's a 4v5. Koi even have a really good ult to retake in terms of Yoru ult. Can Koi retake? How many smokes they got? 1. And Omen Flash. Okay, they should be winning this, really, on paper with this, but I think FUT might have a good chance. We'll see.
Opportunity here for Koi to close it, but FUT have been good in the afterplan.
CNED and Mr. Fallen. CNED's baiting a big bait, but they swing it anyways.
Yeah, maybe they went to aggro. Okay, so they went to aggro. I think that maybe they're used to playing against other comps where I think you just need to hold here and here and you win the afterplant. So it wasn't the best test, but still going aggro makes sense. It's fine. So we didn't get a proper test of it. But still, Koi, nice from pistols, but actual Byrons as well, they look decent. This looked way better than Split. Looked like a different team. Especially on attack, the calling was actually like crazy decisive, which it wasn't.
If they can now win themselves the first series of Split 2 after the break.
Damn, they got the voice break in there.
I know a place that will break you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola. Caballo Grande.
Right, at least we get a third map. That's kind of cool. Nice to, I mean, it's just nice to see a better version of Koi. I was really worried before that. Jay Sketchy, thank you so much for the 3 months, bro. Appreciate the tier 1. And Congo back with the Prime as well. Thank you for the 5 months, man. Appreciate all that support. Why do you think we don't see enough operators in the hands of suboptimal op agents? Just because they're distant closing agents, right? You can just get util dumped pretty heavy.
Watch out for the stairs, clear
like
this angle.
If you're a jet, in certain situations, people won't util dump you because they know you're gonna TP out. But other situations, like if they see you and you're not a jet, like Sova ult's always a good example. People always Sova ult you just because you're exposed. But there's loads of like stuns, flashes, etc. dash on it. So it's pretty much just the fact there's gap closing abilities that means that maybe you don't see it enough. I don't know, people like something make it doable, but I think it does depend against the comps you're playing against. Okay, chat, let me be right back. I'm gonna spam some ads.
Second to none. I need me a trophy, I need me a ring. I'm not with the bull, but keep it a beam. Know what it is, you know what I mean? Shit, all I do is win, 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 win. Haters wanna hate, they ain't made top 10. Double, triple team, what they need to defend. I do left and I'm gone with the win. I'm gone with it. I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line. Definition of divine. I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line. Definition of divine. Feel like a champ. MVP status. Yeah, the win been guaranteed. No, let's see about it. If you gon' speak about it, then be about it. If you don't bring that energy, no, I can't be around it. Nah, I'ma shoot my shot, I'ma stick it, watch. At the tippy top, I cannot take no loss. 2 seconds on the clock, they gotta give me the rock. I got a game on what? Yeah, I got a game on lock. I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line, definition of divine. I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line, definition of divine.
They didn't make it to Shanghai, but they have been cooking here during this break. I'm your host, so I'm back here once again with Kakuka and Ash. We were talking about if Lotus was the place that they've been bringing new things on. It was. In fact, if we take a look at the comp that they ran, it is the only time we have seen this comp internationally, worldwide, across any maps. This is as new, Kakuka, as it can get.
I think it's brilliant, the way that they executed it, the fact that they had this prepared, the fact that it was so intentional to leave the Lotus open, and so many microplays that we saw, the way that they were working the map, this was 1000% intentional from Koi. And I have to highlight the confidence in which they were playing after losing that first map tells us that even if they are not to win, Koi is still on a winning streak mentally. They are improved.
We see some of those frustrations melting away, and I think it means a lot to this team to be able to kind of go from losing over on Split and then being able to refresh fully into the second map. And talking about some of those combinations you were mentioning there, Bea, we're looking over towards this Paranoia that we see being sent out, and it just allows Starkso to fully push up. It denies that opportunity over towards Cracks to throw out that utility for the retake. Then you have the op coming out of play as well. And then I know that it's not being pictured here too, but we also saw some really cool choices that were being made between Starkso going for a lot of that scouting in that Yoru ultimate, and then that allowing Camo to just fully dive on in, using those concusses to find these opening picks.
Sometimes, the concuss doesn't secure a kill. We know that, and Mitch is completely right. Stunts are cosmetic in this game sometimes, but I like the fact that Starkso was confident. He was comfortable. He also played it on Split, but to me, it was like night and day. And now moving on to Sunset, things could be very, very different.
Yeah, I'm just so impressed with the work that they've clearly put in to be able to make this work, the synergy as well. And it helps when Shados is just prime Gambit form. Shados again, just getting kills left, right, and center, openings, clutches. He's doing everything at this point, Ash.
He's doing everything. I mean, I think he had, what, 9 2Ks across this entire map. And we saw the positioning for him as well. The fact that he wasn't afraid to push out when they were on defense. And then there was also the repositions in those post plants. It was either him or Starkso looking for that wrap back around to try and backstab the retakes there on foot.
Especially with Lotus becoming such an important map, I love the fact that Koi has made this decision and invested their time into grabbing a map that they banned, that they didn't play in the entire year, being like, there's so many things out there. Let's make our own thing.
Yeah, I like it a lot, especially with a Split leaving the map or playoffs. Yeah. If they make it, it doesn't matter if they're good on Split or not. They're great right now on Lotus, but let's talk about...
Are you a believer now?
I'm a super believer. I had the stonks up as well. I was with you guys on the stonks up. But let's take a look at Sunset, because this is where I get a tiny bit worried. They are starting on the defense, and historically, Kakuka, the defense for Koi hasn't been super tight.
Yeah, exactly. And especially for a map like Sunset, we only saw Koi play this map once during the regular season. Yes, we did see him at kickoff. They changed the composition, funny enough, in that one time that we saw him during the regular season. They brought in the Neon. Maybe that is something that they want to continue on and maybe explore even further. Now, on the side of FUT, we did see that 13-1 that they had against Leviathan. We also saw the 13-4 that they lost against Heretics.
Well, taking a look at this Agent Select, Asha, this is where neither teams are actually going to make any changes.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I would have expected maybe Koi to make some sort of adjustment, even throw in a breach instead of the KO. I know the Gecko is just undeniable on Sunset, but then we're looking towards, okay, who's going to be setting up Camo in a lot of these situations? How are you going to try and follow up, assist him as much as possible to get onto those sites? I guess you can look towards that Paranoia in the hands of Rubinho, but at the same time, I am happy to see Starkso back on that KO. I feel like that's where we've seen the most impact and comfort for him as a player historically in the last split.
And I think it's great. I love to see Starkso on the KO as well. I love it. Remember how electric CNET was on that first map. He's starting off on the attack, and with this race back in his hands, he has to,
Okay, Sunset.
Well, FUT, they've looked a little
Does
bit
stick
better
with the
here
Neon.
traditionally, but Koi, they're on the verge of a gigantic upset here, Mitch and Tom.
Like Koi might enjoy the new patch then.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sue. Mitch, if you're over 4'9", say something. Oh, no, not here. Thank you. We're going to be going into Sunset.
They were trying their best to make me look beautiful, Tom. It's a long process.
Yeah, we are on camera here as well.
It was essential with the lights, the shine. Oh, well, Tom, I have to say, coming in this final map, I really didn't expect to be here. Starting out today, I didn't. After map 1, I certainly didn't. But Koi, they had some teeth on Lotus. Round for round, 13-7.
You, I said get used to pro play,
it's a neck-and-neck fight. And I didn't think I'd get the luxury of saying that today.
No, and I think this is another map as well where it doesn't seem like we've got like mass changes.
Okay, Koi on defense, but on attack. Last map. Last map, they disrespect, walk past the one way and still get the first kill.
So far, FUT have won 0 pistol rounds.
Cage triggered. That is true. 4 out of 4 have gone the other way. Defensive start for Koi, and it looks like they want to get aggressive.
The people that are just watching,
2 flashes ready
4-0 on pistols.
In fact, one was a smoke. Wasn't the paranoia used up, of course. Koi don't have it. Initial fights go the way.
Oh, okay.
Hold up.
Trades it back, keeps it even, and CNET
Big Joe. Oh, yeah, okay. They should be okay. Couple of, well, 1 low HP, but.
Shados last man tucked in a corner. Might have a chance on the first fight, but once
Okay,
he's
lovely. Fast pistol on the board.
1-0, and a pistol round for FUT at long last.
Yeah, now, the surprising thing is I just want to talk about like some of the results that we've seen from these teams. Now, obviously, the last result for FUT was them losing to Heretics. It was a pretty dominant loss. But then before that, it was a 13-1 victory versus Leviathan. So they're definitely.
BNB was getting mad in the Americas section. Everyone was talking about ISO and Neon changes when making the tier list. I mean, yeah, it's predicting, isn't it? Or is it like current tier list? Dude, TMB's always mad. Are we surprised?
I do think this is genuinely a map where they
loves
left
getting
it
mad.
in because FUT are going to look at that and go, well, they've never won this map. Why would they let it through? So it does seem like they could have had some counterplays here as well, because I think that's the thing. Last map clearly had a huge set plan. Disruptive, irritating, in the face of their opponent. The thing that's more intriguing here, though, is that we haven't seen like them switch things up either. This is not a change in composition.
Always mad. Thinking mold Valorant.
In the veto process, it seems like Koi definitely got a leg up.
That's funny.
Coming all the way to this final map. Let's hope their work shows some fruit.
Oh, I thought we were going to see our first triple.
With the Outlaw 2, in fact, the collat with Camo and Shados going down, and that's a lot of the threat of this round gone. The flank neutered down.
Yeah, see the power rankings they did? I'll check it after.
1 versus 5.
How bad is it on a scale? Like, give me your 1 to 10 rankings of their rankings. 10 being good, 1 being awful.
I think if he gets a couple, that would be nice, but not going to be the case.
3? A 1? Hey chat, what did they do?
Coming out from FUT to put themselves 2-0 up, and well, that's not something I've said throughout the game so far. They haven't been able to get off to any particularly good.
It's their worst ranking yet. Chat, it can't be their worst ranking yet.
A flip of fates now for Koi as they'll come in with the buy.
It def looked a bit weird.
And as it was mentioned on the desk, a lot of what this composition is going to rely around is setting up Camo. And on this defensive side, it's always going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to rely a lot on Shados' defensive side setups.
All right, first buy run for Koi.
Sort of roams the map.
Kept that Outlaw over and onto Yedege.
Oh, they shot it from far away. Does Atta just take a jewel? It's your bonus.
If they didn't keep it, you would have had a breakdown.
No, okay. Playing it pretty sensible, just getting to... I like this though. Molly down over towards here, they want to try get orb. They get 1 inserted before they take it in case someone wants to swing and hyper focus on this. And Yeta just one taps him.
His ability with this gun, but you know what? I do. He's picked up the first. It's Shados down. And in this round, look at the shield.
Dude, this is a nice controlled default from FUT.
They've already felt the brunt of that shadow.
Yeah, dude, look how nice this whole round looked. This is cool. And now they're going to go pivot over towards B after double vision block. That's sick.
All of these fights that we witnessed
have had lovely
no
round,
real
man.
intent from the spike. Left outside of the A site, this was just almost a flex from FUT. They're going to make their way towards that B site. Nobody from the side of Koi.
Americas is tough to rank at the moment. Yeah, probably. Because like, where'd you put G2? Where'd you put Sentinels?
And I don't really mind that.
Where'd you put
I think
NRG?
recommitting here wouldn't really have too much value. You're going in against players that have the weaponry, you know that, and they could be anywhere. They could have taken any post-plant position, and also the B site post-plant is horrific. Like, those retakes are so difficult, even with an
Ruin
advantage,
C9.
let alone with a disadvantage. So for Koi, just going to keep
Yeah,
that
it's
weaponry
true.
through
It
to the
is
next
hard
round.
for
Definitely
it
not
is hard
the
for
start they were
Americas.
hoping for here, because again, it's a bleak scenario with that scoreboard or that leaderboard sitting them at the bottom, and
MV wanted to put Lev at 9th.
basically needing a flawless run. Like I don't know if there's
You can't put him at 9th.
like 4 weeks worth of math to work out if they're going to be able to make it if they lose a game and then
did I update my tier list? my tier list was a prediction of where people are going to come at the end of the year, so I'll review it. Like, my tier list was where I thought teams were going to place at the end of Split 2.
I do believe that
I'll check. I imagine some of them are horrendously wrong. We did it in like the first week.
It doesn't knock them out completely. Doesn't lock them out.
I haven't done a tier list for ages.
It would probably,
Just because I kind of think it's pointless, because you just look at the results and you just put people where the results are.
Just insane. You need the stars to align.
Content for the sake of content, is it not?
Could muster that. We saw that with a Clad earlier. For FUT, 3-0 start. Up against Rifles with the save out from Koi. It's not as terrible of a round 4 as you might imagine just looking at the timeline, thanks to those saves. But this is, again, where those Rifles are going to be tested. Light Shields now down to just 3 players, but there's no Outlaw to work with. FUT fully upgraded, Rifles in hand.
Right.
Ready to roll.
They look great at the moment. Look how nice this looks. Yeah, dude, we're just going to wait as well. Okay, we nade so we can cross. Damn, bro, this is cool.
Quicker than you can imagine. Starzo's going to be fuming after that. Looks like the new Neon patch.
Yeah, they got to save. Oh my god, did the call just get made to save?
We're not there yet. We're still
this money's out of control. Dude.
Okay, Breeze
will be for a while.
This is basic. We'll include this as well. This is basically all 9K.
Which is good.
But we do lose Breeze a little bit earlier on.
Yay! I mean,
beginning of the 5th round, 3 people that hit 9K basically.
Again, in isolation, you can't really blame Koi for.
Nikto, how we doing, bro? Thank you for the whole year. Wow, thank you with the Prime, bro. Appreciate you using the Prime. Thank you for the whole year, man.
Fairly simplistic, like direct executions.
I think GE will win more than one match this split. Who have they got left to play? Bleeds and who else?
In particular, is do you have that sort of B-site anchor player? The guy that springs to mind from EMEA is Benji Fishy.
Bleed T1 and Gen G? Yeah, I don't think so, man.
So good for them. Also
you're telling me they would have to beat T1 and Gen G, one of them? You would imagine not.
On the last map, top fragger on that Cypher isn't even on the board yet.
It's a scary sign. Everything firing on the side of FUT. Koi with a bit of room to grow. They decide to call a timeout here to discuss how they're going to handle these upcoming rounds. We've seen it before. Once that ball gets rolling for FUT, it's hard to stop it.
Yeah, and
on the side of Koi,
this has to, I mean,
Lotus. They came in very prepared.
It's one of the worst positions to be in right now. 4-0 down, like money's out of control, so you're going up against full econ. You got to win like 3, maybe 4 in a row to break the econ. Next game, only 1 game today. Only 1 game today. EMEA is back tomorrow, 2 games, and it starts 2 hours earlier than it did today.
A lot of the time when you talk about
it's weird. On what day is it today? On Tuesday we only get 1 game now.
Like, you might have someone you're going to pinpoint. Like I think the post plants we saw from Koi in the last map were clearly okay. They're going to try and play for retake. Let's not allow them to. Like there was a lot of ideas there with how they played the rotations, the space that they found across the map. On the defense, it's a lot more difficult because you're reliant on FUT walking into your traps. And so far.
Billo, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the kind words as well. Thank you for the 3 months, man. Appreciate the Prime usage. Of course, dude. Thanks for being there. Okay, just the eco. Didn't manage to save as much as they wanted.
Surprise early challenge. Gets out of there with his life. But FUT get out of there quite quickly. Spike retrieved and a shift to the other side of the map. In fact, for now, it's only going to be Cracks going there. I expect a much more passive play from him as the rest of the squad works out their mid-control. Perhaps a split through the spawn.
Chat, do you know what I need to do? I need to still, at the end of the season, and chat, you need to make sure you hold me accountable for this. End of the season, I need to buy all of the skins that Liquid lost to in the season. And I need to do a giveaway for 5 Liquid skins. Because of Yampy.
A little bit further behind, and it doesn't matter. Cranks is gonna land.
You all hold me accountable for it.
That solo hero rifle is just not in the right place. And again, it might just be a moment to save. Grabinho, chance for him to do a little bit of extra damage, but it doesn't last very long. That Outlaw has lasted a lot longer than I expected it to.
What about the Heretics giveaway? There's a Heretic skin in there as well, if I'm allowed to. I spoke to someone from Liquid, and they're like, Not too sure about that one. I was like, well, I've kind of already committed, so let's hope I'm allowed to do it.
Low on credits.
Yeah, I give away 5 liquid capsules and 1 heretics one, if I'm allowed to, contract-wise. Which I think, hopefully, I should be allowed to.
Just about avoided where that
if not, I'll give the money to Nilzinho and he can do the giveaway. We'll do that.
That gun's going to be gone as well.
I really like FUT's usage of the Outlaw because they didn't carry it through. That's been rebought up coming into this round.
Okay, I am True Blue as well with the 5 months. Thank you so much, bro. Hope box is going alright. Okay, give me the buy round. Give me the buy round. Let's see what Koya got.
So many players are going to be light on shields, light on weaponry, and in some cases have none whatsoever. Big punish from FUT with a 5-0 lead. A great start. Thrash online, showstopper to work with too. And yes, Shadow has his ultimate. The Thrash on the other side.
Okay, a lot of pings over towards here. I imagine they're going fast market.
Has been pressured across the map, and there's been nothing but success.
All in the pathing of where he wants to go.
The 6th man of Thrash clearing out so much space.
Okay, and it ends up in the open here. We got Camo.
No,
the nade insta-hit him, so the fish just blew up. It was an incredible nade in the end. Lovely flash through. Oh, no one took space? Yeah, I think the flash actually didn't go fast. I think complimented the flash too early. I think it didn't go past the point.
They got disrupted in their own retakes last time. It seems like...
Okay, they pick up Fischl, they wait for the Fischl. Fischl for the retake, good plant for spamming though. So can Atta get one on the site? Fish for fish.
By both sides, and well, Cracks is going to stun one up in
no
the
way.
Lines. I think
there's no way. Cracks stunned Atta.
I guess it doesn't matter. They're still winning a lot of these fights, even sending in Wingman on either side. It seems like they're doing a lot of things in tandem, but the fact is the time is now the bigger issue. Ticking away. They've got it to half, but it doesn't even matter. Camo has to try and just fall back, has to try and retreat, and will end up going up with the spike. Shados at least will hold on to one.
Got a little bit mental.
It's almost irrelevant.
Well, yeah, very much so. You can see the
the team stun was incredible during all of this.
From one side of the stage to the other, Koi, after a resurgence on map 2, now finding themselves locked out of so many rounds with only a few seconds where you feel like they've got a shot. And as soon as those fights come down,
could have won. I think they did have time to defuse, but I think the smoke was going to go anyway. But I think he thought that he didn't have time, but honestly, I think he did.
And at this point, feeling lost, feeling like you're
would have been close either way. He would have died because smoke went.
Another solution
the nightmare for Koi at the moment as well is it's like, how are you meant to deal with these 2 ults in this big buy round as well?
But they're wise not to as well, Tom, because whilst FUT have had so much success,
then FUT always have a good idea of when they should be using the ult. Yeah, and look at this. They even just flash to try and secure this, and they're waiting for a pop flash through because it's a KO comp. Yeah, and then now they can pick up the orb. And they even tap the orb waiting. Okay, no. Well, they tap the orb waiting for a big play.
Late mid control.
Yeah, in case they wanted to trap play it.
A rolling thunder showstopper. But that might be why this corner's actually being played. Camo can't shoot. If he shoots, it's all going to be given away, but eventually the flash does give it away, and now he's going to get hit by that rolling thunder. Forced to the back, showstopper used alongside it. They have to retreat out of this one, and Starzo wasn't able to. Neither was Camo. Round done.
I mean, by the time the
I tell you what I like about FUT.
It's a 5v2.
So this team, they do simple plans, right? They do simple plans, but they do the simple plans really well. Right, this round's a good example. So they're one away from this, right? So it looks like this. They're one away from this all, and all they're doing is they're smoking it off, and then instead of tapping it, they're making sure they get over towards here because they know that Koi know they're one away, right? So the easiest orb to get obviously is over towards B, and then as soon as they kind of see the smoke, they know that some pressure is going to come in. They get over towards here because they're going to KO flash. They're going to try and stop him from getting the orb. And then once they got to this deep angle over towards the left, then they take the orb and then they just hit site. Like, it's simple plans done really, really well.
Even trying to hold on to weapons seems
and I feel like that sums them up well. Like they do normally go for the most simple plan, but it's just executed to the best levels. They're always thinking, okay, they know we're gonna do this. But
game plan initially,
if we do this, then they don't expect it basically, or it will work well against what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think the reaction
Hasti, thank you so much with the prime, bro. Thank you for the 5 months.
Off the fact that he heard FUT start to take the orb, and I think they realized it was going to go for the Rolling Thunder.
Wait, who have I been ignoring, chat? Sorry.
They'd be close enough that it didn't hit him. We've seen teams make that
Oh,
mistake
Destrian.
before,
Hello, bro. How we doing, man?
It changed the game. They knew that he was there. There
dude.
was no way for him to find success. No way to get
Using
out,
the
really.
partnership.
Well, I mean,
Do you think Liquid will end up using the partnership of Apex this season? I don't think so.
Pistols,
I don't think so.
We're on board with the one SMG they've got to work with.
I don't think we'll see any teams use it this year, to be honest.
Starzo with a quick double and the best chance for Koi so far.
Because if you were going to do it, Destrian, you would do it like now,
Guns,
right?
Potential to be retrieved. An outlaw guarding. Camo's going to go pushing, and one of the rifles picked up and used. And now Shadows
This is the round they win?
Not the round that we expected to be the first onto the board, but it looks like Crack's going to have to pull off a 1 versus 5 with every single piece of utility thrown in. I can't believe
well, that's a lot of upgrades, maybe. Yeah, meant to be, Desp. Sorry, bro.
We'll get on the board.
Quite a round to do it, Tom. Repeatable? I'm not sure. But
I'd agree, but you think that FUT maybe need to evolve to achieve better results?
Could be back in.
Yeah, potentially.
Quite a long road.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Plenty of credits thanks to so many successful rounds. Even going
I'll read this one. Thank you for all you do the community.
Wow. The value from Starzo and picking up those
Damn,
two.
Bro. Meant to be. Thank you for saying that as well, dude. Holy hell, that's a lot of death spams. Meant to be. Thank you for saying that as well, bro.
Koi were moving much more like a unit in this round than what we'd seen in previous.
Yeah, and getting it done in the pay safe card Thrifty as well will be the most.
They get a new sponsor?
Thing, like getting them that extra
Yes,
boost,
I don't think that was sponsored before. Okay, flash into TP, take really close, knife as well, so they're not going to be able to force through the one-way. And Camo's kind of committed, but they don't have numbers to push through this.
I don't know if we'll see that again. Although I'm saying that, I'm just looking at the position that Yedoje has already managed to claim at top mid.
This was lovely though. So I don't know if they have like any kind of reads on what they're doing, but once they realized they were fighting heavy over towards B main, this nade from CNED was perfect. Force a man to the open, double swing behind it. Okay, the only good news for Koi, like literally the only good news is they can buy next.
Gives FUT a little bit of freedom to go for this flank
That's all I got.
Take a look at Ada Captain. He's taking his way through mid, and there's a distraction in play. Ada Captain falls. Starzo and Gurbino
Arch,
might
how
have
we
had a
doing,
chance,
mate?
but they're far away, and the time has already gone.
Thank you for the year and a half, bro. Thank you.
They don't want to risk it. Those weapons, right there, they'll seek to carry over to the next to still give them a full buy. That means it's 8-1 in favor of FUT already.
Yeah, I mean that's just the world that we're living in at the moment, Arch. It seems.
It's a pretty bleak
not great.
Outlook. Managing to win that sort of round with pistols and then straight back to the problems they were having before. A pacey take, the mid control just working out wonderfully, and also just I think Shados was just like, if I run backwards through his cage, I'm dead. If I run forwards through his cage, I'm dead. I'll just stand and hope somehow that they miss when they can see me through it. There was
they had such a good read on
way
this.
to go about it.
I guess maybe they walk into it, right?
Shados, man.
From their point of view, it just looks so ridiculous. Like,
yeah, it does.
Crouched in it.
Yeah, I think he's there. 8-1 from a 13-7 victory in the previous map. One that, again, as said, I think they came in.
Can they get it to 3?
Plan of how to use it. They
maybe 3 is doable.
With what they had before, and evidently that is not working out for Koi.
Instant official. Gonna pick this up, and then I guess they. Okay, so I mean, Koi know they're gonna exec again in about 10 seconds. So they want to go aggro. Flash into double flash, the Omen flash into triple flash. Take map control. I like it. But maybe we needed like a smoke deeper so that we could just isolate here. And then they're just locked in.
Starzo does well. Unfortunately, cut short by the Thrash. Still 2 players towards the spawn. They're lined up as well. A firing squad of Shados and Camo. One of the only chances for Koi to really find the value with Gravino spotted out. Okay, he holds on to short control.
Bro, crispy shots, man.
Two-man setup in spawn.
Some crispy shots.
He makes it look easy.
Yeah, I feel like the planning diff is there, and when individuals are doing this, what can you do, man?
As clean as you'd like.
Oi, that shit. Oh my god, that is so clean.
Yeah, basically an ace.
Basically an ace. 4.8 kills is what I'll give him.
even the coaches are like, fair play, man. That was legit.
You know that's a good play. 9-1. I guess if the Lotus prep can be done across every single map,
great.
We might be able to see something from Koi for the rest of the season, but FUT are looking like a different beast. Jay, he's probably going to go back to his outlaw
Big
now.
Joel at spawn. He might be able to.
Definitely have more success.
Okay, that was.
Flank as well. There's a much more aggressive stance there waiting.
No, the half clear had to suck to not get that kill. Yeah, just decided to move with it. I think he was so sure that he was hard clearing him and that he wanted to sidestep the bullet. Shot.
Never mind. No danger for Shadow. He is the danger. Quick shot on the C-net.
Yeah, and these two are just trapped. Shouldn't ever be able to win this.
Looks like the retake's been successful with just cracks to deal with.
Honestly, they might be able to get 3. It might be doable. What do you think about Abyss coming in? I kind of like Abyss, to be honest. It'd be interesting to see what teams do. Realistically, the map's too wide. Like, the rotate being 16 seconds is too much from one side to another. But it will be fun to see what teams do.
I like the fact that we see them just almost throw in a really risky.
I think the map's too wide to have a mid, like how the mid is designed, basically. But I think oh my goodness, I think I prefer it. I think I prefer it. Well, I think I like it more than other players or people talking about the map like it. I don't think it's too bad.
Even still, though, it's not done anything to the finances of their opponent. Camo, he's doing it again. Really nice pop flash.
Yeah, we're doing some of the heretics moves.
And that's already going to be Jay down. That's not a bad way to kick off this round.
No, not a bad start for this defense. The last round of the half, chance to put a round on the board. You see what these halves look like once the pistol doesn't go their way.
People are going mad about the wrong stuff, though. People go mad about post-plant spamming and stuff like that, which does suck, but I don't know, you just see people using the Sage. Like, Sage is so legit on this map, it's crazy. And then as soon as you realize that you can't play post-plant off-site, then it's not as good.
No, they're going back, yeah.
It is a lot like Icebox, though. Like, how it should play out is a lot like Icebox, which is not great. But I think teams will use middle more.
Great way back in. It's already going to be immediately broken. Now, bear in mind, Cracks is one away from his own. Camo leading the charge, but he's met by Ada Captain.
The crossfires are pretty good at the moment.
Things up. All three
yeah, and time's really low.
Ata,
you're a lunatic. Holy, what a play, bro.
Like a maniac. His third kill of the round, trying to set things up for Cracks, who's just waiting in the corner. And the three from FUT.
Dude, he wanted to go round the world, and then I think he realized the time was low, and he just absolutely sent it.
Double digits in the wins.
Has turned off his monitor.
What a resounding answer to Lotus. They came in prepped. FUT ran into a brick wall again and again. Koi had every reaction. This is ridiculous. For him to even go for that in this moment. The time's so low. His position might have won the round alone if he just stays off time, but
yeah, his monitor turned off mid-round.
The confidence returning to FUT.
I could be wrong, but I feel like Crack's monitor, like he might have accidentally turned it off.
It looked like it, yeah. He's looking at his team.
Yeah, I'm not sure he accidentally did it or if it just randomly did it.
No, because I think even in the first clip we saw the admin come and just turn it back on.
So pistol 4-1, but in this map, we're at 0-1.
I think he got one of the kills. Maybe he got the kill first, but
turned it off after in a panic, in a celebration, perhaps.
Oh god.
Well, 4 out of 5 pistol rounds so far for Koi. They've done well when it comes to it, and they better do well here because this pistol going out of their hands, well, you need 13 to win, so that should tell you all you need to know. It's an essential win for Koi. They're going straight into the camera. Early information coming at the cost of a free piece of utility.
already see most of FUT are making their move.
Oh my.
Camo.
Wait.
He's just been insta-doubled.
Yeah, dude, he actually wrecked him from sight. And Mr. Fallon finished him off.
Main point of entry. The spike's also
The
been
movement
dropped
looked kind
in
of
the
nice,
open,
though.
But they have at least been able to find Mr. Fallon.
No plant.
Breach utility out of this equation at least, and there goes out of Captain too. Koi coming ahead in these pistol fights. The death ball has been powerful for them. Once you see this Koi squad move as a team, it's a completely different roster that you're sat opposite CNET. Being challenged and tagged low. Rubinho has information, 2 players behind the box. They know where the last one is, and there you go. Just the one for yet.
5-1 pistols.
Another pistol round under
Insane.
their belt. And if they are to make that comeback, this is the way they need to start it.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's a lot easier to look at a team's defensive side and try and pick it apart. So I'm hoping for their sake there'll be a plan in place. But everything revolving around that plan was centered around the pistol. And they're going to play it safe again. Now, we've already seen this multiple times where
Right, one death for
anything
Lico.
is invested for FUT. 4 rifles are on the board. And somehow these rounds get dangerous. For the sake of Koi, if there's going to be any chance of a comeback, this one needs to be nice and clean.
And it has been so far, Tom. You know, we put out the caveat about how strong those second rounds are for FUT when they lose pistols, or even just the ecos in general. But Koi have done a great job of not giving too much. I think there was a round where they had 2 players left, and that was a split first half. It was a lot of damage from FUT. But since then, when they win the pistol, follow-ups have been pretty clean. And it looks like, again,
Okay, FUT gamble for 1.
This is what FUT do in these rounds.
Trying to make the 1 look strong with the smokes, the stun at the beginning.
Make sure that they've got a little bit of utility. Like here you see
And
Attica
Koi's busting.
into a paranoia. And look at their position.
We'll see if they get any kills.
Get contact. Paranoia's popped out on
They
A,
might just
double
opt to
peek
try and glide to the spike here. Shadow can hunt a little bit. Or maybe someone with a better... I mean, Shadow has the best ult.
Pretty
Probably just
grim
hunt.
retake for FUT. Maybe they can box them in, though, and make this costly.
A chance to maybe farm up a few orbs for the side of Koi. The goal, it seems, is to box them in, especially with the way that these post
This is interesting. Maybe they get some kills here.
You're expecting, as you can see, all of the players in B main looking to just try and spam. The thing is, though,
sick
Koi are
on
actually
Clash,
aware of
really.
this. They thought, okay, we haven't seen anybody push elsewhere. Even still, though, 2 players already dropped, still locked in. They haven't made an escape out of this B site just yet.
Oh yeah, they did good damage though. 3 guns away.
There was no chance of them losing the
Yeah,
round.
they get an
but
extra
FUT,
gun on this one, and it's not a great bonus. With the score, do they force?
They're so powerful.
Yeah, they do. They force. Okay, giant round.
FUT always have that ability to group up as a unit. My God, they're dangerous when they do. If you run into their side, the round
On
might be
Lotus
lost.
Gabri?
Maybe
Nah,
don't.
not a chance.
Your weapons might be on the way back out. Big investment from Koi, having to put all their credits
Maybe
on
actually,
the
if
line.
their Lotus
Light
keeps
shields
struggling,
across
maybe.
the board for 4 players. FUT haven't gone for the outlaw, so that won't be as big of a
Yeah,
difference.
take back
maker
the
as it
not a
was
chance. There's a
previously.
chance.
Again,
Okay,
it looks like Koi are
it's a
favoring
giant
the
round. We got
site.
2
Nobody
people that
said
can
none
buy
of a
next
trap
on the whole of the
outside
server.
A.
That is it.
They're losing a
Whoever
lot of
loses
information
this,
with this. It
and loses
seems
2
like
in a
all
row.
your eggs in one basket.
Don't mind it. A chance
Oh
to be
my
direct.
God.
The timing of the flash a little bit off. It's gonna lead
Nah,
to
I
a
mean, I
long
think the
line,
timing of
but
the flash is fine.
luckily
Just
for them,
more, he needs to turn
we've seen the
it more.
entirety of FUT decide to exit the site and play this one as a retake. They'll know
Bro,
where the
Camo
majority of
had
these
a
players
rough
are gonna be going. In fact,
had a rough
every
roll here, to
single
be
one of
honest.
them is sat towards B main. Now, there hasn't been
Just
any
sending it
attempt
through
to
to
alert,
this
so
area.
This is just going to come down to spam. my
Yeah, and this
favorite.
is why we love
It's the best
Sunset.
part about this map, really, isn't it? And this is exactly what we
Yeah.
talked about earlier.
Here we
Tuk-Tuk
go.
diffusing is
It's great to
next
watch.
impossible. FUT try to go aggressive, take the fight to Koi.
That's
A
half.
great start, but the defuse underway.
Guys.
The body blocks are in, and they've done
Oh,
it
boy.
right underneath their nose. With 4
Well, the
players
spams
still
definitely
standing, Tom.
aren't as
This
good
is
as what
the
we've seen from
hardest point
Heretics.
on the
Maybe
entire-
need some work on that
every
one.
map, out of any map. If there's one guy left in main, Boo has shown us that from the time this map came out. One player can win the round behind that smoke, but with 4 players,
I mean, the
they're
ping's
not
on
able
him.
to get it done. Look at those
They
bullets.
pinged left,
on the
right,
edge.
but
They only shot his cloak. Well, I'd say of all the way... Oh, let's see this. Yeah. Stunned.
Just still waiting.
Completely stunned. I've never seen Barbar.
So glad we haven't. Was that just a mid-round replay?
Okay, with the plant, they managed to be able to buy. Everyone's got light armor, and they're not really missing too much util.
Yes, but he is motionless. Like a statue contemplating
that might
his
have
own
been a
fate.
picture. I don't know.
It could have been. I didn't even see it blink.
Maybe a screenshot.
He was taking it all in.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
To say the least.
5-player post plant, just not able to connect those spams, and that is why you do normally see a wraparound, like somebody looking to play the way back through market. This round, those already off to a bang.
Bro, I'm telling you, Camo gets sold to the dogs in some of these strats, mate. He is.
A little bit more proactive.
He has to send it with not much util.
Trip should be broken on the way in.
And he's
so
like
you don't
forcing
really
through
expect this
certain
to do
areas.
Too much. The fact is, with already a man advantage, not really a reason to play too aggressively. Grabinho has done excellently, though.
And another?
Avoided the flash too, but not the paranoia. Starzo's here to help him out.
That was a nice reply on this one, though. They get fish out as well for big rounds. Insta round one from FUT, next round lost. Money's gonna be low. They can't buy this. Just have some legs. Warbirds, what's up, bro? How we doing? Thank you so much for the raid, bro. Thank you, thank you. Hope everyone's going alright, mate. Warbirds, you should ask like plat chat or something. If I get on plat chat, you'd be good in it.
Tunnel vision on that one player, and the rest do adapt to sort of support.
At least for like the Pacific section.
Yeah, I think if he
Thanks
goes
so much
down,
for the
we
raid,
do
bro.
end
Hope
up
your
in
stream
the
is good.
same post plan. 11 to 5 though. Koi.
Yeah, everything's going good, man.
Not
Thank
out,
you, thank you, thank you.
Definitely wounded. Pistols in play.
Chance for them to get into a good.
Such an aggressive push. The utility thrown out, but
Spike down A.
I mean, I thought there was so many people that are going to eat that Omen flash there.
Yeah, the stun as well and the fade back from Camo. The paranoia as well was aimed more towards middle, not to that deeper choke points. Those players still able to see. Crouch peek gets the better of Cracks, and just 2 pistols left.
Yeah, they would love to win this round without using any ults as well.
Can be dangerous in these rounds. But this time, that shouldn't be the case. Down to 50. Mr. Fallen is tagged, and he's in danger. Pop flash doesn't land. He gets another shot off.
Imagine he hit it. They got a pretty good crossfire. They're not going to tunnel vision too much, right?
Yedeje able to help out. Mr. Fallen down to 1. Good stun, good swing. Yedeje
Okay, it's
able
all
to
good.
follow up. Make it costly.
I think the deaths are fine. The deaths don't really matter. It's more just like keeping the ults into this big buy rounds.
11 to 6 nonetheless. A 5-round gap as rifles come out for FUT, and we have a bonanza of a round coming. There's 8 ultimates, 4 for each
this is a giant round.
This could be chaos.
Nice, guys.
Good
Let's
luck,
go.
Sylvan Jack. Good luck.
Yeah, you pick who to watch
Which
now.
ultimate are you choosing?
This is where you just go third person the whole round.
Dude, look at this. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I reckon it will be.
I mean, we got some ults to counter ults, that's for sure. We got the, I mean, the KO ult is the biggest one here. KO ult to cancel both of these ults, giant. So, KO ult should always be reactive here.
Presence in mid. We've seen this quite a lot. The attempted fakes thrown out, and they might just catch those rotations. 2 players are about to come through mid.
The timing's
down, but the timing's going to be everything. There's also the position
oh
of
my
that
goodness.
captain. They've almost walked into the Lion's Den unintentionally. There are so many players from FUT around this angle.
Oh no, dude. It kind of fell apart a little bit.
They were hoping to catch
yeah, and that's the big ult, and they can now have freedom of using these ults. Oh, well, they got Cenit's ult.
That battle and again brought the equalization.
By a gap of 56 HP, Grabinho was just about able to use From the Shadows to reposition, so the spike is just now making it to the site after a healthy wrap back from elbow to main. Thrash will be used by Cracks. Clearing piece by piece. Players
oh
back.
no.
Out. They don't want to
this isn't how they lose this.
Probably a bodyguard, and Camo
oh
man.
man.
Right off rip. Well played by Ada Captain as the A side
why did they with the why did they with the most important ult go for a split through middle?
Exactly that. Open space as he walks through. They need somewhere to plant this spike. Although he can cross with the shrouded step, Shados isn't in the same position.
He's been watching the Euros.
Seconds.
Well,
They're gonna try
an easy one.
run this back. I don't even know if they would have had time.
Okay,
anyway,
lovely
but
from
it's
FUT.
even
Yeah,
if they
like my
did,
main
Mr.
criticism
Fallen
here is
was
from Koi is you gotta
waiting.
look at all those ults. You gotta realize that one ult cancels two of them, and you gotta make sure that that guy's the VIP. That guy should not be going middle for a mid play here.
Just the timing of it is when all of FUT are rotating.
I think you can keep that one real simple.
The retake as well, just on the back of Thrash. It was, I feel like, much better synergy from FUT in that scenario. And while Koi have now got their pause.
It's also the timing too. The second that Thrash is used on Koi's side, I think for the second time, the minute that it's popped, Thrash on the other side connects,
the
cancels
thing is,
it out.
I think though that they popped that after Krax's was already coming.
Yeah, for sure,
So it's either that he was trying to catch someone running right behind it, but even still, you kind of expect the two players further back maybe to try and spam and destroy the ult. It did kind of feel like Shadow was left out to dry there. Camo was trying to hold, but
yeah. I think against worse teams, that might
Okay,
work.
if Koi
Like,
lose
the
this,
debate of,
they're
oh, does the player
100%
sit in the
out
corner?
for this year,
People
right?
get tunnel vision,
They can't make
swing in
playoffs.
Just looking for that
who
kill.
would you say that would work against?
Maybe anybody playing Koi?
Dude, that's a demoralizer, man. It's a big demoralizer.
But there are those are the kind of things that it's a split-second decision. You don't
In
get
the
to
first
sit
match
back
of the
and
split,
analyze
yeah,
it
but
in the
the
moment.
splits are combined.
Gotta just make the
Split
call
1
and
and
they
2
think, okay, maybe
combined
we can
into one
force a
big table.
mistake here. Maybe we can again fire the Thrash just in time to
Right,
cancel it out.
6
You-
wall.
it's hard to
Sure.
tell exactly
6
where it
chances
is
for
in
FUT
that
to finish
moment.
this, and they
Didn't
still
work
got
out.
2 of the big
They used 2
ults.
ultimates,
One ult that
no
counts as
avail.
one ult.
Left with decent ones as well still to work with, but it can be quite situational. Showstopper on the
Oi,
other hand.
and there's the
fantastic
cancel, and he
cancellation
still
of the ult,
gets a
but
kill.
CNET's still alive.
He gets
He's
another
still
kill.
fighting, and 2 kills before he falls. It seemed like they countered him.
Oh my
There's
god,
no
and this guy's
countering skills like
absolutely
that.
sent it into
the
middle.
last remaining player,
2v4.
and he's being flanked out by Ada Captain. A quick
Alright,
conclusion
honestly, not
to
too
quite a
bad from
lengthy
FUT.
series. Good fight
Okay,
out of Koi,
takeaways
especially
is
on
Koi's
Lotus, but
Lotus
the
comp
season just
pretty
got a
cool,
whole lot
like what
harder thanks to
they showed.
An incredible
FUT split comp was cool.
showing on
That looked
Sunset.
with the amount of time they had to make that was
leaderboard right now,
pretty
facing
drilled.
off against the bottom. I still think, especially on Lotus, we saw what Koi can offer, what they can bring in those counter plays.
Yeah, and I don't really want to think
exciting,
about the
interesting comp, and I think
Koi
for some of the teams
split
that are
because that
still
was a nightmare.
fighting for that mid-table, they're not going to be a free win. You can't take this team lightly. But there is a reason that FUT were 5th to 6th at a Masters. There was a reason that they are at the top of the board. They're one of the best teams in EMEA right now. We saw earlier with Yinsu the sort of interview stating that, like, is there anyone that could beat them at this point? Maybe a Heretics, maybe a Fnatic are the teams that they fear. And well, for now, it's another
okay, let me get this
relatively
uploaded.
clean victory. The 2 maps they won were clean. We'll say they got countered quite hard in that middle map.
Yeah, Lotus was
EMEA.
the fruits
Right.
of their labor on the side of Koi. They came in prepared. Name did a damn good job. Went blow for blow in those first 2 maps, at least 13-7, 13-7. But this last one, a clear and clean conclusion for FUT. Let's toss this over to the post plant, where I believe they'll be joined by CNET. Not in the mix, he's
CNET?
there.
Let's stick around, see what CNET has to say.
Right, Mitch. Charles Nettington, CNET, will be joining us in just a moment. Thank you very much, by the way, you two. Ash, we talked about how this
what
was the
CNET's
number
gotta say on this
1
one.
team in the table facing
Des
the
needs
11th
attention.
team
Des,
in the
what's
table.
up?
It was much, much, much closer than I think the table would dictate.
Yeah,
Des,
I
you
think
need to talk to
especially
me,
looking
some good
back
advice or
forward
something
to
you're up
Lotus,
to.
that second map
Reply
that
on
we saw
Discord.
coming out
Okay,
from
sure,
Koi, the
let's
fact
do that.
There was no tape
can do
on
that
them,
today.
Right? It was a
I
bit
did
of a sleeper
I
pick.
replied to people on
Obviously,
Discord
they let
yesterday,
it
so
float into that map pick
that was
ban
a good
for
day.
reason, not banning it out
Lexi
first, when he
finally
typically had,
got replied
and
to
we saw some really
after
cool
like 3
combinations
days
coming
away.
out from them. And then it got a little bit dodgy going into Sunset. We had concerns about Koi starting on that
I'm on a
defense
roll,
side
dude. That's
first,
what I'm saying, man.
considering the fact
I need
that,
the praise.
One, surprising that they picked defense first.
Yeah, right.
Anyways,
yeah.
it's never really been a strong suit for them. They've always found a lot more success starting out on attack, and then usually aren't able to close it out in that second half.
Can you explain why DRX made playoffs with 1 win?
They look amazing.
So they went
I think they only
5-0.
lost 1 pistol in the end.
And then
it
they
was
got
across
1.
3 maps.
And then if you
the
get
new
6,
ideas,
you're in the
see
top
what they were
6.
trying to work on in this break
So
before coming into stage
kinda
2.
just that.
I honestly
Split 1 and
think when
split
we were
2
doing, like,
added together.
I wish I had the paddles with me right now. But I still stand, but I still think that they could move up. I think
Functioning adult, yeah, it took long enough.
They go 1 and 2 today up against FUT. Granted, this is a FUT coming off the back.
Any more games today? Not today,
event.
dude.
They haven't had as much
games
time
tomorrow.
to rest up and
Games
everything
tomorrow,
like that.
2
But
hours
that still
before
says
this
a lot
one
as
started
to
is when
how
it
this
starts.
team has developed in the side of Koi over the past like end of last split even.
Did I
You're
reply to
talking
you?
with
Yeah, I did,
Pistols.
Des, but I'll
That's
check it.
5-1
I'll check
now
it after
across
this.
The last 3
That's
matches
crazy.
that they have had, and it's that kind of consistency, something that they've worked on since the beginning of Split 1. I believe in one of their interviews.
Do you think
they
ISO has a
talked
chance to be
about
played
just
on
wanting to
Haven?
solidify those fundamentals, right?
Haven?
And right now, I think we're seeing.
I don't think
those glimmers
Haven's the
really
best
coming
map
out from
for
Koi
it.
when they are being
Like, I kind of look
coordinated.
at
But
Lotus,
when you're also facing
Sunset,
up against a FUT on Sunset, who's
Ascent
just
before I
not
look
really
at
allowing you to get those timings to sync up with each other, it
Haven.
becomes that much more difficult.
This is the other thing on the other side of this for FUT. They are still top of the table. Of course, they won today, which means they're still going to be the top of the table.
ISO could be
honestly
ISO
think
could
they
be
might
okay on
finish the season,
Icebox, but
as that top
I would have
spot.
to look at it.
They got a win already under their belt, and I don't know how many exactly they need to make playoffs. We're gonna bring CNED in and ask him about it and talk to him about it.
I don't know. It depends how teams have been doing in prac with it.
They are very close to make playoffs and to go to champs as well. Hello, CNED. Hello. Been a while.
The way that I
How
view
does
it is
feel to
like
play on that stage again?
you got to look at the choke point.
Good. It's.
Thing is, you normally need to run it with a duelist. Kind of has to be a double duelist agent.
Changes in the stage, so we like it.
Oh, like what?
Like the chair, monitors. Like there is something in the under the table, which you can't go close to the monitor, but they fix it. So thank you, right?
Yeah, shout out, shout out.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
A few of you have said, like Yutajay was even saying that he was really looking forward to coming back and he was excited to play. I was a tiny bit surprised just because you haven't had a break really. Are you also excited to come back and why?
Excited is maybe not the best word to use it. Like we are happy to play again, and I think we improve since Shanghai. I think we learn a lot of things in Shanghai, and we will improve and try to win champs.
Okay, well, you love to hear it. I want to hear a little bit more about how you're feeling about the group that you're playing in here as well. Obviously, it's completely swapped since Split 1, now playing within Group Omega itself. Curious to see who you think is maybe your hardest competition within this group for Stage 2.
Of course, in our group, like Heretics is probably the best team because like they made finals in the Shanghai and they played pretty well. I think it will be the hardest team we will play in our group.
I expected that answer, but I also want to see in case there is a little bit of a surprise answer coming up from you anyway.
Exactly.
I think everyone might say Heretics.
Yeah, at this point.
But we do have some highlights for you though, CNED. You know, you said you learned a lot from Master Shanghai, but it also feels like you always do things like this, not from like just learning stuff, but you always have this in you. It just feels so comfortable to see you on that op with that skin as well.
Yeah, my favorite skin.
Yeah, I feel like you're never gonna change the skin. But what is it about you and this op? You know, we see you. You know, we've seen you play different agents. We've seen you on different teams. We see you do different things. But this is like the constant. This is the most consistent thing that we've ever seen you do.
I know how to take position, I think, and I know how enemies can push me back. So when I know that and when I have that knowledge, it's easy to I wouldn't say easy, but you know, I take position, kill, go back, kill again, overpeak. I like myself. No, just I am adjust myself to the enemy, you know, like if they play slow, I play different. If they play fast, like their comp is changing. But yeah, like for operator, it's the most important thing in positioning, I think.
A lot of people have said after they played against you that you're really annoying to play against. Your op is very annoying. Is there anybody that you've played against who might also be an opper that you found kind of annoying to have to face?
No. I don't think so.
It can only be you. You can be the only
Damn, bro.
I played a lot of operator players like Kang, like Aspas, Turke. I don't know. I don't remember.
They don't cause you any issues.
They are playing normal operator. Like I can understand them, but I can understand them how they going to play. So for me, it's not annoying, but maybe my teammates for like can be annoying because operator players I think understand how the enemy operator player can play because it's you understand
doing similar things. Yeah.
Part of what you do, so you get it. Speaking about reading into your opponents, obviously on Sunset, you guys had a very hot start, 10-2, right? I want to hear a little bit about what you feel was leading to that success to have such a dominant first half in that third map, especially coming off of a loss on Lotus that we weren't necessarily expecting. And I think personally, some of it had to maybe do with the fact that Koi were giving you guys a lot of respect on defense.
I didn't understand.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't understand what you want to ask.
How did you feel? What did you feel was the reason you guys found so much success being so dominant in the first half of Sunset?
Like, to be honest, I don't know. we also played in Shanghai against Leviathan, and we played like this again. It's like and 11-1, I think, in attack side. I think like we need to be more consistent and confident because I remember we played against Heretics and it didn't go well like this. I think we need some confidence and in games because I remember against Heretics we didn't have much that confidence like this. I think that's our
I feel like a lot of people have that against Heretics though, right? Like a lot of teams I'm watching, like I just think it's because their vibes are just so high, it's hard to match it. But the one thing I cannot believe is obviously you guys didn't have too long of a break, is that you came in here with a new comp on Split. I don't think we fully expected you guys to change things up this quickly. It's back here. I don't know if you knew this, but this is actually your first win on Split on Raze in your career.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's because you're always playing Jet, you know, so this is like Claro Chamber.
Like, I think also Koi didn't expect to change comp. Like, I think that was the reason they picked because our comp was getting like how the expose. Yeah, so
predictable maybe.
Yeah, predictable. So we understand we need to change comp, and because we like enemies start to focusing our weakness in the previous comp, so we understand we should change it, and we change it. Like we tried, like it was the first comp we tried. It felt comfortable, and we played.
Was this after the Fnatic game? Because that's when you played. I think that's the last time you played Split in Shanghai. I can't remember if you played against Heretics, but
we play against Shanghai against Fnatic.
Yeah.
Then we changed it.
Right
like,
after
but
that?
No, not right after that. After we start practice.
So how long have you had? How many kind of days have you had on this comp?
I don't know. I didn't count, but should be maximum like 4 days, 3 days.
That's a fair amount.
That's a quick turnaround time, especially with just like how tiring it must be. Have you been affected by the jet lag at all coming back from Shanghai?
No, like when I come back, it didn't because we come back in the night, so I didn't sleep all day. So when I didn't sleep all day, I just sleep in the night and I got
you just passed out.
You're so smart.
But when we go to, I felt it. I was just waking up in the midnight, so and also get sick when I get to home. So I need to recovery to start to practice and.
Get back on it.
Get back
on it.
Yeah.
It's very impressive that you guys managed to do all this in just 4 days, you know, traveling, changing your comp, winning as well. And speaking of winning, let's take a look at the standings because FUT, they're already #1. They cannot go any higher, but they will maintain #1 for now. I believe that you're probably going to finish the season in this spot. You guys looked amazing in the regular season.
It's pretty close.
As well. Do you
feel
like, you know, this is going to be
Giants
pretty straightforward for you?
done.
You're going to stay first, go to playoffs, make chance.
Gentlemetes,
Like,
unless they do a miracle, probably done.
Opponents, like
And then we got 8 for
it's
6.
not going to be easy because I think top 3 EMEA team in our group, like Alsanavi and Heretics, I think that's the top 3 team in the EMEA. So it will be. It's not going to be easy, but yeah, that's our plan because Heretics and Navi also going to play against each other. You know, who
you
knows?
have a chance. You have a chance. I do want to ask you to give me a bit of a hot take, because can we get the standings again? Sorry, I should have asked this when the standing was already up. But obviously, if we look at the right side of the standing, it's the 5 teams that are currently outside of playoffs contention. We have 6 on the left already. If this is how the season ends, then these 6 teams will be going to playoffs. I want to ask you, looking at the right side, if you had to pick one team that you feel like could get out of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and make it to the top 6, who would you say?
Ooh.
Do I have to also put out someone?
No. You can just bring someone in. Yeah.
In this standing, like I will just go one by one. It's not Koi. I think they are not ready yet. Like if I compare to other teams, and I think Giants X is coming hot. Like they improve. I feel like when we practice them, they were playing good. I don't know about Gentlemates, but I think it will be Liquid. I think they are practicing hard, and I think they improve than the last time. Like we practiced them like a lot, I will say, and I can see them there trying, improving, and yeah, we'll put Liquid in, I think.
What about Vitality? You skipped over Vitality.
We practice them as well. I think they are below Liquid. I will rate it.
Okay. Would you agree, Ash, if you had to move?
I mean, I'm saying that, but I'm not guaranteeing it, you know. So
no, this is the Bible right here, Tina. It's gonna happen. It's the oracle. Yeah.
You guys saw it on Postman. It's the script.
Dude, I love how he could have just not flamed the other teams, but he just went for it. He could have said Liquid and been fine.
Liquid, I think that there can be some issues with their emotions on the stage. They don't really have someone who's that vibes merchant who can kind of like bring that energy back up. But if they're able to unlock that within one of their players, I can definitely see it being a positive.
They bark.
I know. Yeah, but
like
when
dogs.
they're having a bad game, there's no one that like hypes them back. Yeah, barks or dances, brings it back up, you know?
They need to get some meows in, I feel like. Start meowing when they're losing. Yeah. Sina, you've been here many times, so you know what's coming up next.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Have you thought about this? Have you got something prepared?
Yes. That's amazing.
Okay, so tomorrow will be Na'Vi versus Heretics.
Ooh,
and as you know, we will have the winner of somebody from
that's a
either Na'Vi
banging
or Heretics.
game.
And if you can look down this camera and leave them a question, that would be amazing.
Okay, can I want to just say, if Na'Vi wins, please call Vlad.
Okay, I would do that for you. I will actually do that for you. Yeah.
Like, can I ask 2 questions or 1 question?
You can ask 2. We can do one for Vlad and one for like a generic one, whoever wins.
Which camera? This one?
This one, yeah.
Okay, for Na'Vi, I'm asking. I want to ask Vlad, how you feeling with playing Angel? Who say Heretics?
Well, it could be anyone if we don't get Vlad. So the second one you can.
For Heretics, this is Heretics question. Did you ever consider to put Wood to Duelist?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell he's been here many
Thank
times.
you.
Like,
Thank you.
He's super prepared this time around. Yeah, but thank you very much,
Okay.
Tina. You got to play again this week. So
That's
rest
pretty
up
much
and
the
see
end of
you
it. Chat, thank you so
soon
much.
again.
Thank you.
Don't
We
worry,
are
we
here
got this,
tomorrow.
we got this.
Starts
Thank you,
2
Ash, as
hours
well, for
before
joining
today
me.
started.
Thank
So
you guys at home for
6
tuning in
p.m.
today, but we're gonna be
CEST
back
if people
with
want to
2
work
games tomorrow,
out whenever
starting
that is in your
with
time zone.
Fnatic versus BBL. Have a lovely rest, and we'll see you then.
Okay, chat. Who we raiding? Give me a streamer. Link? Wait, is Trav? Oh wait, is Karagi streaming? We can keep it in Liquid. That makes the most sense. Is Karagi playing? Yeah, good when we keep it in Liquid. Wait, why did that not work? What did I do wrong here? Wait, that's not even me being... Oh, I've done her name wrong now. I did it right the first time, dude. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Well, it was going great up until that. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I will see you all tomorrow, okay? I will see you all tomorrow. Full-time streamer. Dude, I tell you what, though. The transition from Plat Chat to this was pretty smooth, so we were bound to have to do something wrong today. Shout out to all the mods. I'll check Discord for you. And yeah, shout out to everyone. Shout out to the YouTube chat. Shout out to the subs, Slug Club, lurkers, followers, etc., etc. Thank you so much, everyone. Take it easy. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace. Chat, good games tomorrow. Really good games tomorrow. So make sure you're here. All right, peace. YouTube chat, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in a bit.